Welcome back to the U.S. Nationals program. We've been doing this basically all year long. It's come down to this 1 week. I'm Veli, this is Stokes. This week, we have 2 best of 3s. With 4 teams, only 2 of them are going to go to land.
Yeah, you seem really relaxed today, man.
I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling good as well. Yeah, as you said, it's wild card today, Veli. We have 2 more episodes, folks. We have an episode today, which is going to be Luminosity versus Okami. And then we have another game on Thursday that you guys are also going to want to tune in for because it's best of 3 times, folks. We know that USN's a little bit confusing, but just to make it a little bit easier on you.
It's confusing if you don't follow it, okay?
Today is best of 3s, okay? So wild card's a much more shortened bracket. They play all the way to the final, and then we cast the finals here on the USN desk with Veli and myself. So today's going to be the Western Conference, and as previously stated, we have the teams up there. It's a bracket final, so whoever wins this best of 3 tonight, you will be seen in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, Luminosity. We all know Luminosity, but it's all about the underdogs, and that's been the story about USN. Unfortunately, only the Pro League teams have made it through, but there's a possibility that 2 CL teams can make it to land this week.
There's a possibility, but the good news is that no matter what, we will have 1 T3 team from the United States of America making it, which is very exciting because a lot of you guys at home thought, hey, we only think Pro League teams are going to make it. That's about it. That's what it was really poised to look like. At the end of the day, we had 6 teams already make it in from PL. We thought the last 2 were going to make it. Now it's only Luminosity that has a possibility of sneaking in right on the tail end to go to Las Vegas.
Speaking of Luminosity, let's jump right into the action. Let's take a look at the roster. We have Hyena, Factor, Doodle, Thomas, and Rexon. So the thing about this team, Luminosity, they came into Pro League this current season, and they've been lights out. And they were kind of like the NA version of Navi, how they came out of nowhere and they dominated, did extremely well. But, they've been kind of struggling a little bit. They picked up Factor. Now they're back on that winning train. So this is the only game that's stopping them from going to land. Let's take a look at the roster that they're going to be going against, though. Okami. These are going to be the gatekeepers against Luminosity. And, gatekeepers with loose quotes. Benji, Prompted, Flack, Kilo, and Layman. You know these guys pretty well.
Yeah, Benji's been around for an extremely long time. If you guys have been following Pro League and Rainbow Six in general inside of North America, then you definitely recognize the name, as well as Lamont. He's been around for a while as well. But these guys are going to be having quite a bit on their plate tonight. A very aggressive team on the other end that you guys know so very well for that ranked-esque play style that's, flashy and everyone tries to mimic, but only a few can do it right. And Luminosity is definitely one of the teams that can do so.
So Okami being the underdogs, it's going to be all about the map pool now. So in best of ones, we see teams like Parallax get the best of DarkZero because, you go on a map like Coastline and you bring out, these weird operators like Lion and you take advantage of that and you could possibly win. But now in the best of 3, it's going to be all about veteran experience and the long game. It's a long game. Let's see what maps we're playing on.
Yep, and just so you guys know, it goes ban, ban, pick, pick, ban, ban. So whoever ends up with the last map or the last 2 gets to select that last one. Let's throw them up on the screen for you now. It's going to be Consulate, Coastline, and Clubhouse. The 3 C's, the triple C. And, I love it. What sounds more North American than these maps? Let's be honest.
Consulate is pure NA.
Yeah. Well, no, Clubhouse. We love Clubhouse right now. We love Clubhouse. These 3 maps are some of the most played maps across North America at this moment. If you throw Kafe in there, then that's basically the full bag.
The trifecta.
Yeah.
So take a look at the maps right now. What are your early predictions?
Consulate's going to be extremely difficult for Okami because Consulate, with an extremely aggressive playstyle, you can keep people out of the map, especially obviously on the defensive side. We've seen, teams even like, if you guys want to talk about Europe for a second, BDS at DreamHack kept G2, one of the best teams in the entire world, from touching the map when they are on the defensive side. If you play Consulate correctly on the defense, they won't even touch the building.
And also, we see this map play with Latin America as well, how they just show a lot of aggressive gameplay when it comes to all these windows. So the thing about Consulate, there's a lot of different ways to attack sites. And if you're an attacker as well, you got to be wary about all the roamers, all the aggressive pushes coming outside. And that's why you see, operators like Jacqueline, Nomad get played often here.
Yeah, and actually in the last 3 months, Luminosity's only lost this map 1 time. They've played it 5 times. They've won it 3 and tied 1 time. We got to throw that tie in there. We know you guys don't like ties, but we have to throw it in there because it's not an L. It's just a tie. Yeah, we don't do ties here. So that's good.
Wait, what is their best map actually? Luminosity.
Luminosity's technically speaking best map. is actually going to be Consulate, yeah.
So I'm wondering if Okami did their homework, because if that's the case, I would have banned that immediately.
Well, you also have to take into account they haven't played that much of a variety of maps. It's not like, well, the thing especially is that CGG covers the map stats for the last 3 months.
You're right.
So you're not going to get a full year of what the roster's been active on unless you really dig deep. So at a face value, it's Consulate, but they could always have that sleeper pick as well.
Right. So on paper, when you guys look at this matchup, you're saying to yourselves, okay, this is going to be a 2-0. But, we tried to make it official. We put a poll out on Twitter to see what you guys thought about the matchup. And coming up below, it's going to be what we expected.
Yeah.
I mean, I could expect 90% Luminosity.
I mean, that's what we always get. It really is. Whenever you have a PL team, the other team sticks right around that 20% margin, and it's going to stay right into with everything else that we've had so far with USN. And again, we're reaching the very tail end of it as well. So getting more and more exciting the closer we get to Vegas.
Oh, speaking about Vegas, I can't wait to go to Vegas, by the way.
Neither can I, man. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah. But we're going to jump right into the very first matchup of the day on Consulate. Okami and Luminosity. Winner takes all. Winner goes to land. Best of 3. All you could ask for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So shall we jump right into it, folks? We are going to have Luminosity starting on the defensive side as well, which more than likely means that Okami picked this map. Either that or Okami is just ludicrous and said, hey, we're going to start on offense. That can happen as well. I did not pay attention to the colors of who chose this map. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
And Factor is absolutely ridiculous on this map.
This entire team is ridiculous because...
No, they are.
Yeah, the main thing here is that they drop Pixel. And the reasoning behind that roster move is because Pixel could not keep up with the roster. Okay, Pixel's not a bad player. It's just that Luminosity is extremely aggressive. And unless you have absolute synergy, that play style does not work out. Look at Reciprocity. They drop Goddess, they pick up Skies, and then all of a sudden this team's aggro as hell, and they just win everything.
That's their identity.
Yeah, exactly. Only interesting ban we're going to have out of these is going to be the Thermite, which Luminosity will remove more than likely to shake up Okami a little bit. And we might end up seeing some, recent discoveries by the Macy J. That
was really cool, by the way.
Of a poor man's exothermic charge, which is you torch 2 lines on each side and then put X-Kairos pellet to the top and the bottom, and it practically makes you a more extended version of an exothermic charge that you can run through instead of hop. So shout out to the always on 200 IQ man himself, Macy J, for that creative way of being able to get a wall open.
Quick point that I want to point out before we jump into the game. That's if you throw an impact nade at that, it all goes to waste. But still a cool trick, nonetheless. But right into the game, what did you want to say?
Looking up stats and things along those lines, a very smart ban by Okami here, recognizing now that Luminosity loves Maestro, because on this map, when Maestro is available, Luminosity plays Maestro 100% of the time, Belly. So very intelligent ban by Okami there.
Okay. But so now you're going to have to pick your poison. Do you want to go against Maestro, who has a few counters on in when it comes to attacking operators, or Echo, who's really difficult Echo's difficult to counter when it comes to his yokai drones over here in Garage, because you're going to have to step in yellow or in Garage with IQ in order to shoot that down. So if you don't do that, the late game scenario, if you try to get the plant down, it's going to come back to bite you. But Rexon already looking for the spawn peak. It's not going to come.
I'm going to cancel that just for Rexon.
Okay.
All right, starting to warm things up. Let me just draw it back just a little bit for 1 second. Luminosity was the ones who banned out Maestro, obviously at the top of your screen. You guys can see that. Okami removed Mira. So Luminosity taking away the Alda so that no one has a comfort pick with 81 bullets. So still very intelligent ban. They don't need it. They're a pro team. They, as you can see, tend to just peek a lot of things and win their gunfights.
Yeah. But this is what we were talking about. The fact that IQ is going to have to be the direct counter for Echo. IQ was picked out of spawn. So that was probably the most important pick you could possibly get. But Maverick is going to have no counter to him. He's going to do work with that blowtorch to try to get this garage door open. But Rexon's going to be peeking for yet another pick. This is going to be the direct counter to Maverick. And he's going to get the kill. They keep feeding Rexon. It's now. He has 2 on the game.
That is why you cannot make that wall soft. It's because you can just lay down at an angle and remove the Maverick from play. And then all of a sudden you're stuck. You guys didn't bring a Habana. So now, what are you going to do? You can't get the wall open. It's now stuck. And Okami is just going to have their head in their hands for this round.
Yeah, so the point of attack now, you cannot go through garage. You're going to have to push through probably Visa, yellow stairs definitely. And that's going to be really hard because now your line of sight to get into sight is reduced, is at the bare minimum. So it's going to be extremely hard to attack and easier to defend.
Well, the harder thing is now with those 2 early deaths, they don't have a lot of drone potential because obviously that all gets burned away. Le Mans going to get a kill. Factor's going to try and go for a trade, but cannot bag that. So that's going to be Doodle to falter. No more smoke as Benji tries to cut him off, and he actually makes it work. Factor to go down as well, and all of a sudden we're equaled on man advantage. Luminosity just not quick enough on the trigger in order to close this one out just yet.
Yeah, Okami able to split the defense, and the triple kill comes from Rexon, but prompted. He's going to get the refract. Still a minute left. A lot of time on the clock. Is Dokubi and Nomad, 2 great operators to make this clutch possible? I feel like they can do it. It's going to be all about the execution in the gunfight now.
A few of the Luminosity players just starting slow for this one. You can tell just by them not recognizing out that, hey, Okami cannot get through this garage. They're going to have to try and rotate. Just no one quick enough on the camera. Prompted caught sleeping, catches a bullet to the brain, and it's all up to Le Mans to try and bring this one back. 1v2. Logic Bomb still going off as well, so he has a little bit of information, but now ready for the peak. Rexon chooses to play it a little bit more with diligence instead of getting too aggressive. They now have him pinched off. Only 19 seconds. Le Mans got to try and make a choice. He gets the hot ping. Quite a bit of damage to Rexon as he's trying to win this one out. A pre-fire, but gets met with aggression as Hyena takes him down with that beautifully skinned MP5 SK.
Hyena and Rexon put in a lot of work, but most importantly, it's going to be Rexon. So Rexon, you have the most important play of the game. You take out IQ, and you immediately make sure the yokai drones are better than ever. But on the end of Okami, we saw Benji and the rest of the players start to make a little comeback. Benji going in the server, picking up 2 kills, and you thought for a moment that they had a chance doing this, but it all fell down with Prompted, who was on Dokubi last round as well. He activated the logic bomb, ran, and he sprinted in the cafeteria and got gunned down immediately, and that's going to be the downfall. Unfortunately, there was about 40, 60 seconds left, and he still rushed in. So him not having intel and pushing that matter, was that the right play?
No, it wasn't at all, because obviously you don't have any information on where anyone was. They didn't drop, well, they had dropped the logic bomb just now, but as you know, Echo doesn't get hit by the logic bomb. So he assumed the room was safe, and then you get met by an MP5 SD, which is the most damaging of the MP5s in the game, strangely enough, even though it has a suppressor.
Even if you don't get shot back.
Yeah, you know. So just not the best way to start that off. You always want to confirm, especially when you recognize out that there's an Echo on the field. You can't trust that logic bomb with your full heart.
And I made a mistake. Benji got 1 kill in server. I thought he had 2.
That was fine.
That was still a really big kill.
I called it the MP5 SK at the end of that shout call, and I was like, wow. It's been a long day already, man. That's the thing about this sleeping schedule.
You're telling me. But Thomas, he's going to throw a Vault Cam over towards Visa, and he's going to be able to gather a lot of intel for his team, but the site is going to be pretty much the same. But Rexon looking for another peek. Excuse me, site's going to be up top. Rexon looking for another peek, not able to connect, and he's going to guard yellow stairs, which is going to be about right. But Kilo, it's going to be his job to scan the entire perimeter, see where the Vault Cams are, see if there's anything else he's going to have to get rid of, and he could possibly see visual as well. And him getting rid of all that utility is going to be extremely key for Okami to have a successful attack this time around.
And speaking of Okami, a very intelligent pick here, shifting over one of their operators to the Habana. That's exactly what they needed. Come on with a little bit of pre-firing to the regular locations to see if he could possibly get an early kill, but nobody going to be home. Now, as you guys know, Luminosity loves their roam game.
Yeah.
So Factor's already shifted his way over to the Vigil. Rexon donning the Jaeger. So between those two, lots of firepower.
Yep, with the logic bombs in play, you see Dokubi starting to be aggressive. And speaking of aggression, we see Vigil run right up those spiral stairs. I wonder what Factor has in mind currently, but Prompted, he's not going to be solo roaming. He's going to have 2 teammates right by him, and with 2 frag grenades, Dokubi's buff makes her extremely valuable as well. But teaming up with Kilo and also Flak watching as well from admin, the take is going to be there.
Yeah, with her recent acquiring of the frag grenades, it really brings her back into the meta. It's not that she was exactly out, it just brings her in line. She has the proper amount of utility that you're looking to see. She has the logic bombs. Her rifle is good, but again, inside of this game, you want something that has a high rate of fire, and none of the DMRs really have that. You're not looking for damage, you're looking for more bullets to go down range, so you have a better chance of getting a headshot. Obviously, that's not very offered, and the SMG-12, after its nerf quite a while ago, is not the best weapon, except if you're in close range. Benji's going to start us off, though, as Doodle falls, but is immediately going to get traded back into Lamont.
That's what's good about Factor. Just his game sense, situational awareness is so good. And him being a rowdy player like that, it really speaks up to how Luminosity's playstyle and their identity is as a team and as a unit. But 45 seconds left to go. Visual's still going to be alive as Factor's looking to get a second pick this round. And you have Benji and Abana both hiding right here on this balcony. The play is going to have to be made, but the intel is there. They know exactly where the attackers currently are. But utility being dumped, and yeah, Rex is not going to have any of it. He's going to get his second kill. But with the refrag in place, it's not going to be a 3v3.
That barbed wire and being beat, that's going to be a quick call. That MP5 SD doing work once again. Such a damaging rifle. It kind of sneaks up on you as well. Again, you assume with that suppressor it wouldn't do that much, but with a headshot it'll confirm yet another. Looking for the last, can Factor get it? He can. Luminosity with 2 quick rounds here on Consulate.
Luminosity shuts it down. I'm going to say it was quite easily. Okami, they had a better shot when they went to Garage and Cafeteria. That time around, even when they tried to make that admin take, yeah, Benji did pick up a nice headshot going into Projector from the upside down rappel, but after that, Hyena shut it all down as Echo.
Yeah, Okami are getting the kills they need to be able to get on the site, but they don't have enough map control in order to do so. Allowing Factor and the rest of the roster of Luminosity to be able to freely rotate wherever they want is not something you want to do. When you're playing against an aggressive roster, you want to cut off those rotations because they give you freebies. You get those free kills off of them trying to rotate throughout the map. And with them just trying to isolate outside, they're allowing those ones to happen, and that's what Luminosity wants, Veli. They want to take those one-on-one gunfights. Yeah. And Okami keeps giving it to him. And as long as that keeps happening, I don't see them getting around on this offensive side. Yeah,
their whole point of attack, they sent 3 people over to admin. They had a player on rappel looking towards site, and it allowed Factor to run out freely and pick up kills. And with a lot of roam presence downstairs, you would think, okay, with Okami having the number advantage up top, this should be quite easy, especially after Benji got that pick on, I believe it was Doodle. But it still didn't even matter. Benji, speaking of him, on top with 3 kills so far. Kilo on flag, late to the party, not able to pick up a kill, but Rexon and Hyena have been on point for this roster so far. I'm not going to say Luminosity to look outright that much better at the moment, because I can see a few changes and shifts in strategy that Okami can currently use. But
Factor.
Factor.
This man is a menace, folks.
He tried it.
Menace.
He tried it. But I'm still going to say Okami has a fighting chance to get back into this game. It's just 2 rounds.
Yeah, and again, when you're going up against a team that's extremely aggressive like this, it can be a very daunting task because you don't know exactly how they're going to play things out, you know? Lamont finally starting us off with a kill here on the Okami side. They got the one last time onto Doodle. We thought that would open up Projector, but it didn't. We'll have to see if this can finally change things up. Recognize out, though, that across the last 3 rounds, Jaeger has changed hands 3 times. This is that power of Luminosity. Whoever is the best with that operator on that site, then they switch it up. They recognize out, hey, Rexon really likes Legion, so let's throw the Jaeger over to somebody else. It's just a great gun. You throw down some ADSs. All of us are really good at gunfights. Just give it to somebody that can shoot straight.
And shooting straight is something Thomas does so well, but taking out the emotional leader, and Benji's on it again. Taking out the emotional leader and also Jaeger. You add Doc to the mix. Okami, they're doing extremely well. But Benji definitely knows that there's a player in Bathroom Hallway. And Doodle's flirting with danger coming down yellow stairs as well. He's going to have to make sure he stays alive. Take a look at the time. There's a lot left. Luminosity are going to have to play this extremely safe, especially with the operators they have at hand.
Now recognize out what Okami has changed. They've changed their pacing. They slowed it down, holding those angles, waiting for those freebie, folks. That's what you have to do against these aggressive rosters. When they're trying to take those aggressive peaks, you just recognize out when they want to do so and what their best angle to do so is. You get that free kill, and all of a sudden you have map pressure.
Yep, drone comes into play. He didn't look behind him, where there's the Echo hiding, but he definitely knows from that gunfire where that defender is. Now, things have been slow on all fronts. A little bit of pre-fires coming in from Lemon. Both players going to miss, and Hyena with the peek, he's going to challenge it, and he's going to win it. Layman gets absolutely bodied, and Doodle's doing work. And it won't be 2 on yellow stairs, even though the logic bomb is in play, he doesn't care. Toxic Babe currently going down to stop any type of attack. And yeah, the crossfire is there. If that player happens to try to make that rotate, he's going to be dead.
That's the danger of Luminosity. They're so quick with these comms. Oh, he hears the punch, but actually gets it down on yellow. Does Rexon recognize it out? He could be motioning through Z. All of a sudden, knocked down to a 1 versus 3, but he is trying to bring it back for the equalizer. Gets one down, gets a confirmed flak, now planting, but he still has to worry about prompted on the Dokkaebi. Does he have another logic bomb? I don't believe that he does, but it's going to be all up to Rexon. And no, Okami will claim their first round off the back of some patience.
You get 2 picks at the beginning of the game and you win the round with 2 players left. I'm going to say, hey, that's the recipe to success. Start off hot. We know Luminosity, they're going to be extremely aggressive with their early peaks when it comes to Rexon, Factor, and whatnot. So shut that down, get those early picks, and then play it slow. I'm really happy that Okami actually played it slow as well, because they, even though you had a minute and a half left, a minute 45 seconds left, they didn't push the point to overly run in the side, aggressive, for no reason at all to lose all their players. They played it right, they played it slow, and Luminosity finally lost their first round this map.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Rainbow Six, really. I mean, guys, you can plant until the overtime. You don't need the full clock. You don't. You really don't. You just have to eventually isolate site enough to be able to put a diffuser down at 1 second and be able to hold it and make sure that planter doesn't die. That's legitimately it. Yeah. So you can play slow against these aggressive rosters because Luminosity is looking for those early picks so they can play for trades. That's what Luminosity is good at. If they get man advantage, they play for trades, they play tight-knit, and they win those duels. Okami's taking that out of the gun. That's what they're doing.
I'm going to ask you for a personal opinion.
What's up?
When it comes to looking for roamers and clearing them out, which operator would you prefer?
Jackal, absolutely.
I was going to say, yeah, Lion, Jackal, and Dokkaebi. How would you rate them? 1, 2, 3.
Jackal being the best because he gets you true information.
Okay.
Then you would put, at this point in time, Dokkaebi behind him. And then in the third spot, you would put Lion. And the main reason behind that is because you need drone work in tandem with Lion to make him work to his utmost effectiveness. Now, Dokkaebi also helps with that. You can set up drones and then you can use the sound cue. But you can still be walking through a map, a logic bomb goes off, and you go, oh, this guy's behind this wall, and you shoot him through it. With a Lion, all they have to do is stand still. He's in the perfect spot now. This is where he should have been on release. This is how it should have went.
I love the new line. It's not overpowered.
Yeah, like I don't even get mad when people play him inside of my ranked games anymore. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know?
Okay.
It's like, hey, I got to stand still for a couple seconds, but you still got to peek me.
Still got to win that gunfight. But the blowtorch currently being put to use. If we saw the first round, and Rexon's going to be in technically the same spot, waiting to get another pick. Let's see if Flak learned his lesson.
Oh, Flak, don't do that.
Look at him.
They didn't bring, oh no, Veli.
What happened?
They didn't bring her again. Guys, Thatcher isn't even banned. Just bring Thatcher and play Habana.
They're making it difficult.
They're making this so much more difficult than it has to be. This guy's going to die from this exact same angle.
The same thing!
The exact same angle. Harry, he's dead.
Flak, what are you doing?
That's why you don't do that, because all you have to do is hold an angle that's away from Maverick, and you just get to kill him for free. The angle is far enough to where you can see his elbow, and you can shoot him every single time.
Flak is just stubborn.
That is why on Clubhouse, you have to go upside down 90% of the time in order to get the wall for CCTV correctly, because people can just lay down and shoot you.
Yeah, so Doc is going to get taken out shortly after that first kill on Flak. So it's pretty much even Steven. But we're still in the same scenario as the first round. We cannot get garage open because Maverick died utilizing the blowtorch to open up that garage panel. And now they're going to have to find different means in the site. Hopefully, Benji and the rest of the players can get early picks again as they work their way in the site. But we all saw that fall apart because of execution. But with the time not on Okami's side, they're going to have to make a big play. A little bit over 60 seconds left to go.
Well, they've got the equalized man count, and as you said, we are getting lower on the timer. Hyena will finally find us another kill to tell us who's leading inside of this round, and it's going to be LG. Big shocker there. Drone work still coming in, but not recognized up by the bandit just yet. Benji to equalize as we're actually in a very tight-knit battle. Benji with another, this G36C doing all the work as he gets it down again. Is he trying to confirm him with the pistol? He'll clean it up, recognizes it down. Now, diffuser getting planted. Thomas to clean up one, has 2 to find, sees a mark. Oh, but the man's laying close inside of kitchen. It's actually going to be where the diffuser goes down. It's going to be tight right of the kitchen door. Frag grenade to delay time. Another logic bomb comes in. Just delaying long enough. Yet another one to pour in. Not cooking them either to delay even more time on that kitchen door. Thomas in between a rock and a hard place. He pre-fires. Doesn't recognize out the man behind the fridge, though, and prompted to equalize.
Prompted, had backup, and they were able to secure that win. But, hey, shout out to Benji. Benji, keep choosing Ash and keep bodying people. That's what makes Benji so good. So, historically, what made Benji stand out back then? And would you say right now he's on par with how he used to be, or is he a little bit of veteran status behind his gameplay now that's noticeable?
I have not seen Benji play in a very long time.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while.
Going back, if I can remember correctly, Benji's had kind of the same playstyle he's had for a very long time. That's going to get 6-picked. Otherwise, Luminosity is going to get in some big trouble.
Yeah, so, Goyo isn't allowed in competitive play.
Goyo's not allowed yet, Factor. Okay.
Factor, what are you doing?
I know you like the spicy operators that get to blow things up, but we can't have them just yet. And a very intelligent 6-pick. They call it the Laxing special. You drop Laxing, you pick Laxing back up. They drop Nomad, and they pick Nomad.
All right, so by the way, I think that when Goyo finally comes into the game, I feel like he's going to be the most annoying defender.
He's going to be niche. But
you think niche?
Yeah, he's going to... Look, you can't play Goyo in every single site. It's not possible.
3 shields, though?
Yeah, oh, no, that's beautiful.
And a nitro
That's
cell,
beautiful.
And an ACOM?
No, I'm not knocking his utility at all.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is there's going to be sites where Goyo just rocks the house.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if Canal was in, put shields inside of box, put shields inside of new tower, or excuse me, new bridge, that kind of stuff. He's going to be very, very good at being able to isolate because he delays the same amount of time as a Toxic Babe does. They're 10 seconds on each shield. So when you blow it up, that's another 10 seconds you got to deal with the flames being on the floor that you can't cross through. Because I don't know if you guys know this, if you guys haven't played recently, that man does a hell of a lot of damage. A massive amount of damage.
Take a look at the players in the spawn. You see them? You see them taking their time right now? You see that blue outline to the left? They're moving so slow because of the fact that Luminosity set the pace and the tone for this match. They're watching out for spawn peaks, they're watching out for the early picks, and you know, that extra 10, 20, 30 seconds that's gonna take them to get on Repel and start to put in work, it helps out a lot.
Well, that's the thing. This is where Luminosity needs to start to adapt because Okami's already adapted to that early play style that, as you said, they set the pace for the match. They've adapted to that pace. Now, Luminosity needs to throw another curveball in order to mix this up. Otherwise, Okami could give them a run for their money.
You're right. You're right. And also for the simple fact that there's so much more film on Luminosity.
Exactly.
Okami were able to watch, and they were able to pick out their strategies, their weaknesses, and hopefully they found a chink in their armor, but... Hey,
it makes me laugh because a lot of people are just like, oh, this team, they're not pro. Whatever, they can't do anything.
Doesn't matter.
It's like, dude, they still have a brain. They still have eyes.
Yeah.
They're able to go back and watch all of Luminosity's games on Consulate and go, okay, yeah, this is how this is working.
But you take a look at the roster as well. I mean, these players know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
not a surprise.
Just because they're not in Pro League doesn't mean that they don't have skill enough to be, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, like... I know half of these Luminosity players before they were a pro. You know what I mean? You're just like, oh, hey, they're a pro now. Like, you always knew they were good, but now they're just pro, and people are like, oh, they're god tier. They're pro. It's like...
They've always been good.
Factor's been gunning like that for a year and a half, dude. Like, that's, you know? It's just a very, very weird thing. But as we're ticking down on the timer now, everyone's still alive. And again, that's what we were talking about, Billy. Yeah. Luminosity needed to change up this pace in order to try and equalize here with Okami on this battle. But Doodle again to fall off first on this exact same site, but Factor with a double from down low. No one respecting the windows, and that calculated aggression is what Luminosity is so known for. Factor's still outside.
Go back inside.
He's living outdoors, folks.
What is he doing? Hey, he can't be touched right now, so I'm not going to question him. I mean, do you really want to peek Factor? Like, he's literally checking for every part of the wall that could be repelled.
Is this the Bear Grylls of Rainbow Six? He just lives outdoors?
He's back now.
He's taking water out of elephant dung? Like, what's happening? This is insane.
Okay.
Prompted's just going to get in for free, and he's going to start going for plant on default. Logic bomb to come in to try and deny them the sound cue, but Thomas, you saw his head. Factor actually with the kill. That'll be a triple for him on the round. They have to try and pick up this diffuser now. They're in some trouble. A pre-fire comes through, but it's going to be all on Factor. Can he possibly get it all? No. Hyena to clean up the last kill, and Luminosity with round 5.
Factor almost getting the ace. And it's like that song, from the window to the walls. He jumped out and knocked everybody down. Everybody fell, and he dominated. He was so good, and that's what makes Factor such a scary player. When you take a look at Consulate, you see how Latin America plays. You see how players like Laxing and the rest of Reciprocity plays. He has that type of mindset and play style where it's like, you know what? This is my map. This is my domain. You're coming to my house. I run this. So that's why he's outside for so long trying to pick up kills, and he gets a 4K because of it.
It's one of those things where you either respect me or I'm going to make you respect me. And that's what's happening right now. That roam game has to be respected. The aggression of Luminosity, specifically Factor in that instance, has to be respected. You have to be ready for it at all times. Because that's the thing. It can come at any time. And you might have 3 air jabs, but there's a lot more than 3 windows.
You're right. So I've always had the belief that it's not about the round you win, but it's all about how you win the round. Benji with 9 kills, by the way. Whew.
How's that duffel bag, Benji? How you doing?
Benji needs a bigger backpack. But it's all about the way you win the round. And it's just defeating your opponent's mindset in disrespectful ways like Factor did right there. That hits harder than a regular loss. But Okami's still down 1 round, and this is the last round of the first half. So if Okami happens to tie this up and go to defense for the second half, I mean, that's great. That's what they're going to want. But we're going to see Maverick and Habana in play now.
Thank you, God.
Finally.
I won't have to bash my head against this glass table. There we go. That's the lineup that they needed. They needed to move Prompted over, someone over, in order to play the Habana, because it's going to make things a lot easier. But the issue is now, is that if you guys have recognized out, they have not played Thatcher a single time.
No.
And the issue with that is that Thatcher is literally the easiest operator in this game for free things. You literally throw a ball, and he gets rid of everything. Instead, you have a man with a torch, which is uncounterable. But Thatcher's also uncounterable. His job happens no matter what. Yeah. The good news with this, though, is that with these footholes, you make it to where Bandit cannot approach and possibly try and, oh my God, they are going for it.
They're going to do it. They're learning on the spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen this yet, this is the poor man's exothermic charge. Okay? That's what this is. They're actually doing it wrong. Oh, no. Okay, Benji's going to get a kill through one of the holes. All right, going to blow up the top as well, but that's not exactly how it goes, but that's fine. Flack just made the torching holes in the wrong area, but you know, A for effort. I'd say a C- for execution. It still worked.
I mean, they got it done.
Yeah, but it just didn't do what it was supposed to do. Oh man, this is
But they're still out there with the blowtorch trying to get things open. And look at the time.
Yeah,
look at the time. And there's no.
They got the kill on the Rexen though.
Yeah.
Okay. Factor. They better not let him warm up. If they let Factor warm up in this round, it's all over. The roam game's coming in hot as well now, so they kind of have to try and force this garage or go for piano quickly. They need that piano pressure to try and get a diffuser down as well.
What is this?
Still allow.
What is this?
I have no idea.
I want to. What is this?
I can't. Okay, so what he tried to do, what he tried to do is he tried to make the entire wall fall out, but he didn't have enough torch to be.
He is the Picasso of hard breaching. What is this?
This is
Okami.
A bomb has been located.
What is you doing, baby?
I have no words. I have no words for this. I don't know what to tell you.
You give Helen Keller a blowtorch.
Oh, this is like a Stevie Wonder tried to blowtorch a wall. That's what this is. Just did not work out for him. And Doodle's about to find one with a shotgun. That's Kilo. Just a little bit too slow this time around. Might have gotten a little bit too startled by how Luminosity were trying to handle things. Oh, can he get another one? Doodle very close on that, but it's going to be a hop through. Thomas to take down Benji, recognizing out that 2 came through. A call out for yellow as Thomas puts 2 through and into the bag. Hyena trying to hold down yellow. It's going to be Factor to clean things up. And we're going to a 4-2 split here on Consulate.
Did Okami really deserve to have a chance to win that round?
No, not at all. After that,
3
extremely
times
botched, guys, just do it the traditional way, okay?
Why try to reinvent the wheel when it's so easier the other way?
Okay, look. If it would have worked, we'd have been like, oh, that was fantastic.
But
But it didn't.
It was like abstract art on the garage panel. And you know what the funniest thing about that is?
No, it's not even abstract. It's modern art because it looks like trash, and then people are like, but it looks good. You know, like this is $1 million
I don't understand. All right, but that's halftime.
I understand what he was going for. That's why I said, you know, A for effort, but C for execution. I'm not going to give him an F because it was close.
You give him an A for that type of effort?
It's like my teachers in high school, you know? They're like, I know you tried, which I didn't. And they're like, but you still got to see. I'm like, cool.
Like, what was the plan when you're pushing like a minute now and you still have not got a garage
I think that the main thing is you go, okay, you know, they wasted some time, right? But then you're like, okay, this should end up being something cool, right, Veli?
That was cool.
But it doesn't. And then you recognize out that, hey, we wasted 2 minutes for 0 map control and a wall that literally looks like you just butchered it. That's it.
That's it.
So for that... Overall, not a very good round for Okami. Hopefully they can pick it on the defensive side. As everybody knows, defense, a little bit more homey. You know, you feel more comfortable. You're in your own space. It's the angles that you create, you know, up until the offense comes in and does their best impression of Bob the Builder and tries to recreate everything.
Chat, that's what we call an NACL hard breach. But that
was something.
Luminosity, they're going to show them how it was done. Not on that particular site, but going up top. Let's see what the plan of attack is currently going to be. With Rex on the upside down rappel, I'm guessing that an admin tick is going to be in play. So we have about 3 players in that vicinity that we're able to see so far. But take a look at the operators that Okami have, because this is going to be their first time actually on defense. We're going to see pretty much almost the same setup. We're going to have a lot of Jaeger play. We're going to have Echo on board, of course. And Benji went from Ash to Doc. And I'm not mad at it. For someone that did so well and start off so hot in the first half, I mean, give him whatever he wants right now, because he's having his way with Luminosity. The rest of his teammates, not yet. But once they're able to fire off on all cylinders, it might be a different story.
Indeed, friend, indeed. Yeah, as you said, that early pick on a Factor definitely going to help them out. A bit of pre-fire through. Don't exactly know what Rexon was checking for, but hey. Could have possibly bagged him a kill. I'm going to assume he might have thought somebody would get aggressive through copy, but not going to happen. This Mute definitely helping out. This is denying quite a bit of information, but Rexon's actually going to slip a drone through, but to recognize out quite a bit of what's going on inside of Long Hall. Now, this is the main thing for Luminosity. They're good at trying to set up for these executes, but they definitely need to try and set this on pace and try and equalize here. Otherwise, this could get very, very dangerous, especially with Flack still being alive. That smoke, extremely dangerous in the right instances. He's burning his Toxic Babes a little early here, which is perfectly fine, trying to get some early damage, but now he's going to be met with a bullet as Zoodle gets him with the upside down rappel.
Okay, so now odds are even. Minute, 13 seconds left to go. And Rexon on Jackal, who you said is the best defender when it comes to looking at roamers, and he's going to have the Inox to help him out. But also helping him out is going to be Doodle. He's starting to heat up, picking up his 2nd kill of the round. So Doodle start off hot. And that's a good sign when it comes from your hard breacher.
Yeah, Luminosity seems to have finally hit their stride here, and this could be very dangerous territory for Okami. Oh, Doodle, you should have just planted, but no, Kilo. The very nice placed headshot will knock down the diffuser. It's going to be on Hyena. He does still have EMPs as well, so he can try and knock down a Yokai if needed. Oh, tries to motion away, but Thomas is actually going to get a team kill here under Rexon. Oh, no. This could spell disaster. The plant goes down. Is he able to get out? No, he's not. It's going to be all left up to Thomas. You know exactly where he is, too. He actually gets 1 kill, but he's going to be knocked down to such a low amount of HP. The last 2 remaining as well, especially with that Echo, going to be a very hard-fought battle. Just trying to cut off the rotate here for Lamont. Here's the fake. Got the kill. What a good play from Thomas. Oh, is he going to try and stick it? He does. What are you doing? Oh, Thomas, no! No! You should have had it, but he throws the round right into the open arms of Kilo.
That's all you had to do was smack him in the booty. And Thomas, Thomas could have touched him.
He panicked so hard.
He could have touched him.
He panicked so hard when that Echo began to move.
Oh, man.
Oh, Thomas.
Oh.
That's... Thomas, you're never living that down. I'm just letting you know. That was as free as they get. He wasn't even looking at you. He stuck the diffuser.
Oh.
Oh, man.
That was handed to him. This has been so. If the rest of this
no.
series end up like the last 2 rounds, we are in for one hell of a game.
How's it going, Reddit? How
This
you guys
is gonna
doing?
be so fun.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Defenders protect
So,
your bombs from being defused by
Yeah,
attackers.
this is a fun one. Okami down 1 round against Luminosity, and like honestly, Sam, what I'm watching right now, Okami, I said it before about 3 rounds ago. They have a fighting chance as long as Benji's in the game as well. 11 kills.
Well, honestly, as long as Benji is in the server, because apparently the rest of them have not recognized out that the game has started just yet. A couple of them have.
I can't believe that hard breach still.
Let's not talk about it. I don't want to flame flag
We're
too
back
much.
down here.
Again,
So,
but here's
Luminosity's gonna show them how it's done.
yeah, but here's the thing as well. You guys got to recognize out. As much as we like to have a good time and have good friendly banter about players and everything else, this could possibly be Flak's first time playing up against a pro league team, and that's a daunting task the first time that it happens. You know, the first time that you look across from you on the field and you go, oh my God, that's Rexon. Oh, that's Doodle. Oh, this is the 3rd best team inside of pro league we're playing against them. You know, that's a thing that can definitely mess with you mentally.
I say it depends on the person as well. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
People like me, like it feels that fire. Other people, they get the CCS shakes. You know,
Yeah.
shaky thumb syndrome.
Or
Don't know how to play.
for other people, it's just another name on the end of the board that eventually I'm going to shoot in their face. That's just how it is. That's how personally I always did. It was just another name. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be Bolo playing across from me. As long as he's dead, I couldn't care.
Yep.
Like, you know. So again, it's however you cope. What your coping mechanism is. It's all personal preference, but definitely got to think about the headspace of what's going on.
So Factor already on top floor is going to scan the perimeter, and he's going to get rid of some utility if he's able to do so. Breaching charge is going to be in effect, and yeah, he's not being stopped at all. The roam presence is going to be at a bare minimum at the moment. As Thomas is going to work his way with some air jabs as well to stop any type of rotation here on the first floor.
And here's the issue. They have complete control extremely early. Only 1 minute and 15 seconds into the round, we're already having soft destruction go down on the piano floor. And the issue with that is, ooh, nope, not going to get back anything with that. 1 RU prompted, so that's not going to work out for him too well. But the issue with that is they're able to set up all these air jabs and get all of these sight lines established to make it very, very difficult to be able to stay inside of Garage. Pipes won't be safe, behind White Van won't be safe. There's not going to be any safe harbor for them unless they can try and get some established areas downstairs. Now, this kill on a Factor will help out a little bit, but it's only the IQ. All she can do is really get rid of ADSs and some mutes through that soft flooring, but now they still have everybody alive. They still have the soft destruction potential of Jackal. They can still get hatches open. This is where things get very dangerous on this site. This is exactly why. Look at all of the kills now pouring in. All of this is from this soft destruction upstairs, and it's because Okami did not fight for map control.
Yeah, there's no tunnel vision at all when it comes to Luminosity's attack progress. You see him attacking from all angles, quite literally. Verticality coming in big, and you see the batteries back on the garage wall is prompted. He's going to be the gatekeeper on the bottom side of yellow stairs with the shotgun. Not able to connect it all, he allows the player to go right back outside.
Some good delay here with that shotgun. Oh, gonna get some damage down. It's gonna be Flak though to win it out. A quick pre-fire from Rex and we'll trade things out. Oh, but it's gonna be a rotate from Lamont. He actually ends up getting out, and this actually could win them the round. They're getting aggressive. Quick shots now, but the Mute can win it out, and he will. Switches over to the primary shotgun and knocks Hyena out of the round, bringing things closer and closer.
And like you said before, when you go against players like Luminosity, oh man, one of the top teams in NA, you know, yeah, it can bother you at first, but when you start to rack up wins and you look at the scoreboard now and you see it's 4-4, that's going to propel you to play even better than before. So, Okami, do not let go soon. We're going to go over to the first floor. The first time we're going to see this site currently being played. And Mozzie, my man Mozzie is going to be on the board. One of the best roamers out there. I'm going to say the best.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about Mozzie. He can fill literally any role. He does everything. He's like Legion. You can literally do whatever you want with that operator and it works. Everything.
Yeah.
He's soft destruction, has 2 good SMGs, 3 pests that steal drones. You can play information game, information denial, explosive, roamer. It doesn't matter. And the thing about it is you can be selfish with all of that utility and just set up across the map with 3 pests on doors. Good luck trying to drone that man out.
Yeah. You're right.
It's just not going to work out for you unless you want to give up 3 drones, you know? But, I mean, I will tell you this. With Jackal on the field, it will help them out quite a bit with this clear. The thing that Luminosity messed up about that last take is that they still didn't keep the angles established upstairs and try and go for a plant. Instead, they lost a few operators and they just tried to go full bore into the site and drop those angles. You can't drop those angles. The whole thing on holding down that garage is being able to make it to where the reinforcements can't rotate through kitchen as well as the central hallway.
So, Luminosity now looking to try to take the lead. The one thing we can take away from their rounds on attack is that they're playing this very textbook style. They're clearing out the roamers, getting the hatches done with perfection, and they're looking really good. It's all about the late game, though. We saw the throw from Thomas. Hyena, he's going to make sure his team starts off the round. Yeah. He's going to make sure his team starts off the round pretty well. Yeah, where did Echo die at?
I'm going to assume he was spawn killing somewhere. Oh, no.
Oh. Wow.
He gets shot through the wall. Can you check for bullet tracers through the wall, please? No, he died to yellow. Okay, he died to yellow stairs more than likely. Oh, yeah, right onto the angle into Z. So that's just very unfortunate for Kilo. Factor going to tag on as well. That's going to be Lamont Defaulter, so no more Nitro Cell. They're trying to take some pressure downstairs to be able to rotate either up yellow or up spiral. They already have some repels as well, but it's going to be all the way from upstairs with the SMG-11. Good control from Flak to take down Doodle at range.
Yeah, Flak is going to give Luminosity a taste of their own medicine with the long-range peaks. Able to do that, but the drone is going to see Mozzie just staring right down yellow. Mozzie didn't happen to shoot out the drone. I'm imagining that there's a pest in the way, but he's going to sit there. He's going to challenge anyone that tries to come up. But the drone placement from Luminosity actually looks really well. From what we've seen so far, they have 2 players in their sights. And with the aggression coming in from Rexon, oh yeah, the bait and switch, he runs out and Factor runs in. The double kill gets secured, but the refrag does as well. Benji is going to drop Rexon like a bad habit with a nice headshot. We have a good amount of time left.
That's the thing about these aggressive teams, especially with Luminosity. When they are on offense, they will continue to fork over that aggression factor. Oh, you're so close, friend, and you don't even know it. No information, just a quick pre-fire knowing that, hey, someone's probably playing inside of console office. So close to the head of Benji, but instead pops out. Motioning towards benches, actually. Could catch somebody sleeping. It's going to be Flak who actually goes down. All of a sudden, it's up to Benji, the last man standing upstairs inside of console office. Rocking one of the Halloween skins, it seems like. Got some blood on his uniform there. Don't exactly know. I don't have it on my account yet, so I can't exactly tell you just yet. I haven't been able to buy the packs.
They're so good.
Have you gotten them yet or no?
I got a few.
Okay.
I bought a lot of packs. I got to open them. So, here it is.
Oh,
Benji! With the verticality, that's going to be number 2 on the round. A clutchable scenario. The audio cues are there. The barbed wire are currently being destroyed. Can Benji do it? Cool comment collected. It's going to take his time and rotate around. I wonder what the plan is. Probably going to jump down the hatch and challenge this.
Oh!
The challenge isn't what he wanted. Factor read him like a buck and shut it down. It's Luminosity wins round number 9.
Factor got very lucky with the shot. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not even going to lie to you. That was textbook by him.
Yeah. They knew the rotation was going to happen. Of course, he could hear him upstairs sprinting across that hatch. It was just a matter of time and just, pulling the trigger.
By the way, in case somebody was wondering why I say he got lucky with that kill and you go, oh, he put it right on him. Yeah. Well, 90% of the time when somebody peeks you that fast, you start shooting while you're ADSing in, and that still considers your hip fire as it closes down to be to one single point. And the first bullet hit him in the head. So, a little bit of luck there. Benji could have prevented the plant, but just did not work out for him in the end. A little bit of RNG on the side of Luminosity, but again, I mean, what else do you expect? These guys are gunners. They know how it goes, and they're going to continue on this reign as they take the lead once again. Okami only been able to tie so far.
Yeah, but still, only been able to tie. But the fact is, they've held in there. They're holding it down against Luminosity. Only down 1 round, and it's still 80-man's game, especially on the fact that Okami's on defense. Going up to the 2nd floor, op usage is pretty much going to be the same on offense and defense. Nomad, with the fact that Factor and Benji in a double-digit squad, 13 and 11 kills respectively. But Luminosity with Nomad in play is going to stop a lot of jump outs from the windows. It's going to stop a lot of aggressive plays and rotations. We see Okami starting to be a lot more active when it comes to the rotations as well. On attack, there wasn't a lot of variety whenever they tried to take down a player. But on defense, they seem to have a lot more happy feet, which is something that I'm happy to see. So they're able to counter Luminosity in that way, but it's going to all come down to this. If they allow Luminosity to win this one round to go up to 6, I think it's going to be out of reach. I believe Luminosity can take this map, so Okami's going to have to answer back and strike fast right now.
I think that the main thing right now for Okami is they're kind of having the LeBron James effect.
Yeah.
They've made it to the finals, and now LeBron's the only one doing anything.
The first year? Yeah, okay. It makes a lot of sense.
One of those things where it's like, I scored 50 points and we still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rough one to try and swallow, and Benji's really feeling that effect right now. If the rest of the team could try and assist, that would definitely help them out just a little bit. Luminosity's being extremely oppressive as well, which doesn't help them out. Benji's going to take quite a bit of damage, going to waste most of his stim shots on himself to try and bring his health back to 100 HP. That's already going to be 2 down. Quick breaching charge, but Flak meets him. It's going to rip Factor from the round early on.
Factor ran away from one player that was right around the corner to run into the line of sight from another. Pretty unlucky from him, and IQ is going to be down. So Yokai Drone is going to be safe for now. But underneath 2 minutes, still Luminosity roam heavy at the moment, clearing out the entirety of the bottom floor in the basement, garage, making sure no one comes up from behind to spoil their plans. But Rexon's not a big fan of the fans, so he's going to knock that down to self-destruction. But I believe that's the second Toxic Babe currently in play at the moment. We still have, yeah, this is going to be the second right here. Now, with one more left to go, you have more than a minute left. I mean, that could bite you late game scenario.
Oh, and Flak's going to die, so he's not even going to get to use that last Toxic Babe. And this is the thing about Luminosity. They're very quick with their setups, but they're still tactical about it. You see them worrying about the roam game, the rotations and everything, putting those air jabs down in the proper locations so no one can possibly flank the team late. They've established now the area they want to take over. They want to try and take over meeting. So therefore, you have to have somebody sitting either on meeting, or excuse me, on the balcony of the projector room, as well as playing someone for long hallways so no one can rotate. That's your traditional setup. Have somebody plant default, and hopefully have a drone downstairs just in case somebody wants to rotate downstairs with a nitro cell. You already see someone has rotated down there. They're going to have to worry about prompting Lamont. Lamont especially because he has that C4. So they try and go for this default plant here. Could get him into some trouble if Kilo's able to call it out. And that might get him into some trouble right now as Benji's getting aggressive with only 30 seconds left. Trying to keep this diffuser in his hand instead of on the ground, but Hyena meets him as he's playing 2 windows at the same time. One gets down. Oh, it's Hyena again, and he can't pick up the kill. Lamont's trying to do double duty. Can he get it to the floor? No, the diffuser's going to go down, and as you said, it might be out of reach, and it will be. Hyena with the last kill and a triple on the round for Luminosity to push them to map point.
And that's the most annoying part about this series at the moment here on the first map is the fact that, okay, Benji was actually 0 for 3.
Yeah.
He was 0 for 3 as Doc. He could have picked up a headshot twice on the guy that was rotating around admin. He missed Habana, and ultimately he died right after that. If he got those kills, it could have been Okami's round. But hey, Factor, Rex, and the rest of Luminosity happened.
You just really have to talk about how beautiful the setup is from Luminosity. You have balcony covered, you have long desk covered. They set a drone up for Spio to recognize that if anybody's going to rotate up because they already had someone dead. So didn't have to worry about anyone having to take a gun away and play some information. And then you put Hyena on the connector window. And the beauty of the connector window is no one can try and rotate even too long hallway to take that gunfight. And they can't even rotate through connector. And then on top of that, in order to prevent anyone from nitro selling underneath, he opens the antechamber window to be able to play that tight angle into circle desk and removes both of them from play.
Yeah, their setup.
Beautiful setup from
Luminosity. Their setup
Luminosity.
came from that. There was 3 crosses and a guy with the objective. And anywhere Benji pushed, I mean, that was pretty much it. And unfortunately, he fell to his death because of the player on Repel. But 32 combined kills with the top 3 players from Luminosity.
Yeah, and notice who's out fragging them all.
10 seconds left.
But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, that's
Unfortunately,
that's the thing.
Benji
don't
play
matter.
lights out, but you know what? You can't talk about stats if you lose. It goes out the window.
Also, you also got to recognize this out. Benji has died every single round.
Yeah.
Benji has died 10 times. We've had 10 rounds. So, very rough so far for Okami. Again, very close game, but overall, it's kind of the Benji show, which isn't what you want it to be.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate. So, you know, there's times where you and I specifically, we give a lot of credit to the support players and people doing the dirty work, but we haven't seen a lot of that from Okami. We've actually seen a lot of mistakes coming in from Okami from the support players, which is a big reason why they lost 3 of those rounds while they were on attack. But already, Luminosity getting down and dirty. They're going to get right up to the 2nd floor, clearing out roamers like it's nothing, and they're going to sprint right through this as they work their way down low. Default cams aren't going to be a worry. Shooting that down, of course. It's Factor. He's going to show us his best Benji impression with Ash as he works his way towards site.
I think that's his best Factor impression, friend. I think you gotta put some respect on that Ash play right there.
All right.
He's been lights out so far with the Jaeger, and what always goes along with a good Jaeger?
Ash.
A good Ash.
Yep.
That's just how it works. The R4C is basically the 416C of offense. They even both had the letter C in the name.
So the important thing about this round for Okami, they have to be perfect because of the fact is if they happen to win 2 rounds, they can take it to overtime. But if they lose this round, Luminosity wins the entire series. Take it to overtime, win the best of 3, and then work your way towards the second map. But they've been really cold lately.
Yeah, the main issue is right now is that, we're going to have some Electro Shovel on the hatch here from Kilo. And they do have a Thatcher, so they have it on Hyena. But if you guys were able to recognize out, Hyena was holding the rotate for Yellow so they could get the soft destruction down inside a piano and no one could rotate up to stop him. They'd have to try and stop it from below. But the soft destruction's already happened, so now he can fall off. Thomas has already rotated over, put some air jabs down on Yellow, making it harder to rotate up. And now, this is all in Luminosity's hands. Again, Okami not battling for map control could spell disaster. Last time they were able to battle out of it, and they were able to actually rotate up, I believe, console stairs on the other end. All prompted with the first Nitro cell, and that's going to be under Rex, and that's a big deal. That's the soft destruction all for except for Ash, who's still obviously going to have those breaching charges, and it looks like it might all fall apart once again here for Luminosity.
All right, so Tom is going to have little to no health left, and 2 players on Luminosity are going to have all the health in the world to try to make this clutch happen. But the fact of the matter is, Okami, they're outnumbering them, outmanning them in all ways possible. 5 players to 3. And Hyena walking down yellow stairs, he's going to drop one on Benji. This is going to be a great start, and there's not going to be any... Okay, so the aggression came in, and Laymon's going to get the double. Coming in on the flank, I was wondering where he came from. Such a great play from Laymon, and that's why the air jabs and claymores are so important when you're on attack. But now, less than 5 seconds left to go. Tom is going to have to clutch this out. There's no chance at all he's going to do it. And Okami, they're going to win this round. 1 more to go, and we take it overtime.
This is the exact same mimic of the previous round that Luminosity attacked onto Garage. They did the exact same setup, exact same thing, and it actually all fell apart the exact same way.
Yeah.
Lemon was able to get a flank off, and no one was able to recognize it out. When you do the same thing over again, it's supposed to be punished, and Luminosity isn't punishing them on that. That's the main issue. It doesn't seem like they have anybody set up for flank watch. If you guys have recognized out as well, Rexon really isn't getting any marks as Jackal. There's no one being tracked. There's no information coming through. Still, they're able to get what they want inside a piano as well as antechamber, get these angles established. But again, they drop the angles, Veli, and they allow people to play safe down below. Whether it's they're scared to get nitrocelled or what have you, you have to be able to get those picks onto site in order to take over an area to get a diffuser down, and they're just not doing it.
Well, my question is, we saw Luminosity do a really fast roam clear. I didn't know how elaborate it was. Where exactly was Layman hiding at?
Lamont wasn't hiding anywhere. He was downstairs.
Sorry. He was downstairs.
Yeah, Lamont was downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. So whether it's an improper air jab or what have you, you never hear one go off.
Spiral steps?
You never hear one go off. I don't know where he places all of them because obviously we can only spectate one person at a time, and we're not spectating Thomas the whole time.
I thought you caught it.
The regular space that you would assume the air jabs would be one on admin stairs, one on spiral, and then one on yellow, making it to where no one can possibly leave downstairs. And if they do leave downstairs, they get knocked on their butt and you get a free kill, or you get the information that, hey, an air jab went off across the map, and now we know that someone is possibly upstairs. Somebody needs to get on flank watch.
Yep. So, Luminosity, we saw their pretty much perfect hollow take when it came to this site. They were able to pull up their 6th win. But an admin take is going to be the name of the game once more. And you know what? Why not? It was so successful for them, and they really had no issues at all. I wonder who's going to be the player that's going to go down low to try to look for the roamers. But the Inox, as you said, we didn't see much use of the last time. He's going to utilize it immediately, and we're going to track out a roamer. All right. And shout out to Marcy that's observing, by the way. We appreciate you.
Yeah, always a fantastic observer. Always love working with him. But I'd be forcing things into overtime on our first map of the night, and would be a little bit refreshing if we did, wouldn't it, Veli? We haven't had an overtime map in quite a long time. Well, you have with Blue.
I've had a lot of them with Blue.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six hates me inside of when I play as well as when I cast it. The game is just like, hey, whatever you want to happen, whatever you want to have fun, that's not going to happen at all.
You're always in full sweat mode, but take a look at Benji, man. Benji on Doc. Benji just period he's been lights out. The supporting cast is going to have to step up if they want to take this to overtime, but a nicely placed Valcam is going to see a player from Luminosity, which can help out from a jump out, but with the air jabs currently being placed, that intel is going to be spread around the team. They're going to know which window to notch up out of.
Oh, Kilo. It's a very, very early kill for him. Another member of Okami going to get marked out from the Jackal track of the Inox, so that's going to be prompted on the Jaeger due to now getting some pressure onto Yellow. So it's going to be a routine take here. They're going to put some pressure towards Yellow, trying to isolate things out, make it to where rotations are going to be a little bit more difficult. Recognize out that someone is playing on Yellow, but it gets immediately taken over. Bathroom is also a free harbor as well. Rexon immediately rotates in. Pre-fires, puts a couple of bullets into Lamont, but Flax actually going to get the kill instead, and all of a sudden we're equalized. Dudu does still have possession of Yellow. Recognize out that someone could have possibly dropped, and yes, he would be correct. Will he recognize out the rotate, though? That might be the issue here. They're trying to battle for Yellow control, but Lamont's actually just playing his time instead, waiting to see if they can possibly get a plant down. More than likely, he has Yokai drones in the proper locations to be able to stop this with some explosives, but a nice shot from Doodle is going to make things just a little bit more difficult. Lamont now off of sight, leaving Flack to do all of the dirty work, but Thomas is going to get taken down. Diffuser not in anyone's hands at this point. It's been dropped on Yellow, but a quick kill recognizes out that he's now Spiral. Can he get the kill? It's all up to Hyena, but Lamont's going to have quite a bit of damage. He needs to pick up the Diffuser. He doesn't have any Nitro Cell either at this point, but they're going to be able to recognize out of quite a few things. Hyena needs to drop EMPs in order to get this down. He needs to recognize out that, hey, this Yokai drone can still stop me, but he doesn't drop any. He's going to be able to get this information. He's sprinting up the staircase. He can get this kill. It's going to get planted. He doesn't even get down. Oh no, this is so dangerous. The L85, a single bullet from this gun will kill him. Is he going to pre-fire? No, he doesn't recognize it now, but he wins it. Hyena!
What?
Oh my God, you madman!
My heart.
My heart is beating 1,000,000 miles a minute.
Hyena looks the wrong way, and still he's able to get it together and clutch up the 1v1. But the long rotation coming in from Okami, oh no.
I can tell you exactly why that happened.
Tell us all, please.
So the issue, what happened in that instance, was that Lamont was aiming high and his gun model blocked the body of Thatcher that was crouched in front of him. And he recognized out too late that what was in front of him was the Thatcher.
Yes.
So, oh my goodness, what a final round. And that's only map one,
that's
folks.
Crazy.
We still have a map after this. They haven't even won yet. Oh, this is going to be
it's so unfortunate because you take out the 3 rounds that Okami literally gave to them because they don't know how to hard breach with Maverick. The game could have gone either way. We're talking about a professional team going against Okami, who's not on that stage yet, and like we've always spoken about here in USN, the challenge coming in from the underdogs, able to try to win these rounds and these games against these top-notch teams. It was too close for comfort. It could have gone either way, but unfortunately, Okami took the L.
Yeah, look, I think the main thing is that if it bleeds, you can kill it, and Pro League teams can bleed. And Okami's proving that. It's a team of people that are long-standing inside of the Siege community, and they're just playing good Siege at the end of the day, specifically Benji. Again, I think the main thing is that Benji carried hard enough in order to push this to a 7-5, and then there was just a few instances where things just didn't go their way, like that 1v1 with Lamont. Lamont should have had that in the bag right
he should have
peaked. But again, it's just an instance of he didn't hear the sound cue. All of a sudden, a Thatcher pops up from under his gun model. And he's like, what the hell? Where did you come from? And he gets shot in his face.
Pretty unfortunate. And the rounds that we saw Benji go off like we see just now, I mean, those were the rounds where Okami stood a chance.
And that was Luminosity's map, by the way. I just got it confirmed.
Yeah. So. If Benji wasn't going off like that, I mean, what would the score really be? That's
exactly. Exactly. If it was anybody else in that instance that is falling in line with the rest of their team, we're looking at a 7-2.
Okay. So, Okami, we're going to need you guys to pick it up. I mean, for it to be that close. And the thing about Luminosity, all the players on that squad actually played really well together, too. I mean, it was pretty much equal effort coming in from everybody.
Oh, Thomas, you poor thing.
Yeah.
You poor thing, friend.
That was bad. He got road start.
Yeah, that was... that one's definitely going to be held over your head for a while, but it happens.
Yeah, see, I wish I knew where Lamon was hiding in that flame.
He wasn't hiding. He just rotated up one of the staircases. I'm going to assume
I'm wondering the spiral.
they either impacted and one of the air jabs off, or he burnt his nitro cell. He doesn't have a nitro cell, so I'm going to assume he burnt his nitro cell to get rid of an air jab. More than likely, when all that noise was going down and all the explosives, he used an explosive on the other end of the map to burn an air jab.
Okay.
Very intelligent play.
No, I'm saying I know that they did the clear, but where exactly was he at to not get detected at all? But still, great flank, great clutch, and unfortunately, the effort wasn't good enough for them to win.
I just recognized out. I tried to help him. I tried to help Lamon.
What happened?
He shot him when he came to the rotate hole and just botched all of it. Oh no, Chad! I tried.
No. I think the funniest part about that entire map. Shout out to Flack. Flack tried the same thing every single time, and it just got bodied by Rexon.
Why?
Why do it again?
It's
why? Like
you ever burn yourself on a flame? You're just like, that was hot. Like
did it again.
Like stop hurting yourself.
Okay.
My gosh.
All right. So you guys see behind us. We're gonna go to Coastline this time around.
It's like going back to your ex-girlfriend, man. That's what it is. It's like,
don't do it. Don't do it. You left for a reason.
Yeah.
Like don't be hard-headed and stubborn. Okay. You learned your mistake one time, and the third time they tried the Macy J special. That was hilarious.
They put it on Twitter as well. I'm waiting for Macy J to respond and be like, "What are you guys doing?" Like.
But, ladies and gentlemen,
man.
listen, December, I love December. Good food, cold weather. But most importantly, if you want warm weather and a little change of plans, make sure you cop your tickets.
Ooh.
So we can all see you at the U.S. Nationals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, make sure you get those tickets ASAP. It's going to be at the Penn and Teller Theater
What kind of ASAP? We talking Ferg or Rocky?
right now.
Who's
ASAP.
ASAP right now? I don't know that. Okay.
Yeah. But, Rainbow6.com/tickets. Actually, I got beef with ASAP Rocky, man, on the way here to Poland. I know it's off topic.
What?
Yeah, I was at the airport, right?
Rocky?
And TSA was so long, and I was so mad, right? I was in there for like 40 minutes at JFK.
Yeah, as
Newark.
JFK usually goes.
Newark. And all of a sudden, I see another guy just walk past everybody. I'm like, yo, who is this guy? ASAP Rocky. I never felt more less important in my life.
That's because he's got his own plane. He was just like, I don't need this. Just what? Doodle has the strongest jaw in Pro League. Did you know that Doodle had his jaw wired shut? Did you guys know that? Fun fact. I'm not lying about that.
Really?
That's no bullcrap. Doodle had his jaw wired shut because he got jaw surgery, and he still played comp and made callouts with a wired jaw.
Doodle has.
That's 100%. That's how big of a grinder Doodle is.
Yeah,
he played competitive. He played competitive with his jaw wired shut. Could you imagine that, trying to talk with your jaw wired shut? I'm so serious. This is true.
You brag about having the strongest jaw in Pro League.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is their second time in conference finals.
Oh, Okami.
Yeah.
Yeah. And rightfully so. They're solid. What we just saw.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, despite the slip-ups that we saw downstairs in Garage.
They can bring it back.
Like, they can really bring this back. And on Coastline, this is the map for them to do it. A lot of random factors in play. A lot of variety and stress you can throw at people when it comes to plan of attack. I feel like Coastline is a map that they can do well on, but they can do well on it if it's more than Benji. If you're a support player, be a good support player. Help him out that way. You don't have to get double digits in kills to help out Benji. Just do your job. And I want to see that from Okami. It kind of makes me upset because, that map was theirs. And I wholeheartedly believe that they should be up 1-0. But, ladies and gentlemen, the second map of the day, Coastline. Is Luminosity going to run away with this 2-0? We're going to find out.
Well, you were just talking about Las Vegas, Nevada, and the warm weather, but we're going to be heading over to Ibiza, Spain for this one. So we'll have to see if Okami can equalize on map count, push this to Clubhouse, or is Luminosity going to take this one 2-0?
First half, Okami's going to be on defense. It's all going to come down to how Okami performs in the first half. Habana being banned, pretty much, yeah.
This is just very interesting. So the Habana ban especially, you don't need a hard breach at all.
You don't. That's why I'm like,
it's the only map in the entire pool that you do not need a hard breach at all. The only reason that the Habana ban is happening is so that they can play. Oh, Luminosity. I like it.
Shep Benji, that's a target ban.
Yeah, that is a target ban. That is why Ash gets banned. That's why you ban Twitch in your ranked games, because that's a crutch.
Yeah.
You're an F2 crutch, we take that away from you. So if Jaeger gets banned out, I'll actually just giggle. But no, Vigil's going to get Valkyrie, excuse me, is going to get removed instead. But to finish my thought on the Habana.
Mira.
We'll have to see. Okami's more than likely going to remove it. Either that or Maestro. We might still have her in play. We are still going to have her in play. We're going to remove Echo. Overall, the reasoning that the Habana ban happens is so that you can play pink or couches inside of the billiards area safer with smoke in order to prevent default plant on the bomb chassis that sits in the corner next to the aquarium door. So removing her makes that a little bit easier. Obviously, if you want to use any other hard breach, you actually have to repel on that wall, and that's extremely dangerous because you can get shot from a myriad of different angles if you're trying to repel into the center of the donut of Coastline. Now, with Echo being banned and then keeping Mira in play, this is actually going to open up every single site in this entire map. There's only one area in this map that requires Mira. It's almost, it basically is a requirement to play it, and it's going to be Penthouse. No one goes to Penthouse unless you have access to Mira because you practically need her to be able to play the site correctly.
And that's why you need a good flex player on your team. A player that can play any role possible and be amazing on them. That's going to be Factor. Factor is going to switch over from Dokkaebi and Alliance. So from one operator that can hunt down roamers and hack cameras to another that can hunt down roamers. Or just anybody in general that takes a step whenever the E1D is activated. So we're going to go over to Billiards and Hookah, and I'm going to see what the plan of attack is. With the Maestro Cam's currently going to be in play, we're going to see him being used to scout any type of intel from a distance whenever people go into Billiards. Prompted, it's going to be down below with Mozzie, and it's going to be his job to add some verticality in play, along with hacking drones from his pests. I expect him to have, he put it on the door, so the door gets shot down and the pest is gone, so.
No, actually it just falls on the floor.
Oh, it does?
Yep. Okay. Unless they shoot it like through the door, like if he pre-fires like low.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Destroys it. Yeah, but actually, really cool thing that you can do with the pest launcher, you can get very, very creative with it. You can put it on hatches for like Kafe and stuff like that, where hatches are on the ceiling that obviously you can't reinforce. Yeah. And you put them on the side of them. And then when the drone falls through, the pest just grabs it in the air.
Yep.
So you can do some very creative things with those pests.
There's a lot of room intel that can be given to Luminosity. You have Lion, you have Jackal, and also if you want to cut off rotations and flanks, who better than Nomad?
You just need the Dokkaebi to complete the Infinity Gauntlet. That's it. That's all you need. If you get that in there in place of the Nomad, you have just the routine gunner setup. That's all you need. Hyena trying to get in a long-distance gunfight, going to deal quite a bit of damage to Prompted, but not going to be enough to be fatal just yet. Rexon trying to help out his comrade on some long-distance gunplay, but again, going to come up empty-handed.
Okay, so the drone play is going to be there. We're going to see a player currently prone, and also with the Inox being in use. I mean, right now Luminosity, they have a lot of intel on their side, but Kilo might be able to get a nice little headshot if the peek comes through. He shot prematurely, though. Pretty unfortunate. So I don't know if Thomas is going to be wary about that type of attack now, and he's going to be more careful when it comes to peeking it again.
Luminosity taking their time this time around. We usually see quite a bit of map control early on with these guys. Usually have some pretty good prep drones, but this time around doesn't seem to be the case. They do have control of the eastern front here, but it's going to be Kilo with the first kill onto Thomas. No more air jabs can possibly be placed, but they do still have all of the site to worry about. Again, now shutting things down for the rotates is going to be a little bit more difficult. Chooses to go prone instead, and that's actually going to be the perfect thing that needed to happen, because if he wasn't prone, Kilo would soon be dead. Hyena will actually be able to bag that kill, recognizing that the Jaeger is now playing bases. Could deal some damage here. Hyena actually to fall. Can he cut off the rotations? He can recognize it now. Prompted gets a team kill actually with a Nitro Cell. Doodle kills Benji. Now Bench is all safe. Prompted's already uses Nitro Cell underneath, and that was that kill that we saw earlier, so just a little bit of a mishap there, but now they're planning inside of Hookah. Recognizing now that the only rotate that could possibly happen is Cool Vibes. Factor will be holding that sign line. They're both downstairs, so they have all the pressure in the world to be able to get this diffuser down. Doodle probably just going to be choosing to plant on a vertical location instead, trying to plant a little bit higher so Nitro Cells can't possibly kill them if they still had one.
The plant was finally placed down, and it was pretty much a game of the floor is lava. You saw everybody from Okami shooting in from underneath, and on Cool Vibes, Rexon, it's going to be cooler than the other side of the pillow. dropping prompted. He's going to work for a second kill. The peek is there. But he's going to lose. Lemon with the shotgun. Running wild now with the SMG-11, and the range is not going to work out for him. As Doodle drops him to pick up the win. I liked what Doodle did over, I like what Doodle did behind bar. He tried to bait and switch with his own drone. And if that player didn't go prone, I believe it was Kilo, like you called out, that would have been actually a really nice kill.
Oh, yeah, he tried to bait him to make sure he stayed in that area and
so you get the
shoot.
kill. I liked it.
The pre-fire from the other angle near 90, and it didn't work out initially, but Hyena was eventually able to get the kill. So
yeah,
Thomas given a very well-deserved knife shot over to Kilo. We didn't get to see the kill, but I'm sure it was nice. Don't know how the Nomad didn't hit you. Well, those things. Pesky little things.
Yeah, probably.
And there's a lot of things that go into the air jabs, actually. A lot of people don't know that you don't get hit by them unless you're on the ground.
Yeah.
So people place them by the windows for hop-outs.
And it doesn't
do anything.
Not touching the floor.
So somebody jump out the second level of Consulate, it does nothing. Like, how did he get outside? Yeah, well, you got to place it on the ground, my friend.
Yeah. All right, so we go down to Service and Kitchen. I really like this site.
Do you really?
Yeah, I like it.
What makes you,
It's pretty dynamic. I mean, it's kind of like when we see Garage and Consulate, just the verticality that's involved, but it's really different because this time around it comes from up top, and you're going to have to keep your head on a swivel. It requires a lot of play in separate rooms as well. You're going to have to watch bar, cool vibes, service, main lobby, and also all of upstairs. So it's really fun to also watch whenever there are multiple roamers on defense because of their play, their rotations, to try to make things happen, try to get these kills. It's not essentially about wasting time, but just dropping players en route to the site. We're not going to have Buck and Play, no Sledge, but an E1D is already going to be activated. And he's not going to see anybody just yet, but Spawn Peak is there, and is he able to get it? Yeah. Prompted's going to get the down.
Oh,
not the kill.
Oh, no. Prompted.
No.
He downs one, but it's got to be Benji to die first.
Okay. So revive is going to come, but you know what? Still, great effort. Twitch is not going to have as much health, which helps out whenever you're encountered in a gunfight with her because of the fact that the F2 and the rate of fire, the power that it puts out, is a gun you don't want to be in close range against. So Doodle's going to have to be careful now that he has a quarter of health left.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Everyone poised now on VIP balcony, just trying to get some information, recognizing out that Doc is upstairs. Hyena with a quick kill as well. Prompted getting a little bit too aggressive. Should have just fell off, but it wouldn't even help him out because Thomas had already motioned over for main stairs to cut off the rotate. So he was just a dead man walking at that point. Now the rest of the players for Okami downstairs inside of sight. Could have a Nitro Cell kill here, but gonna get blown up. Actually, he ends up getting Doodle. Doodle walked back into it. Thought he was safe for a second, but not going to be the case. So trying to equalize here, but still have a long road ahead of him. And if anybody was going to die on Luminosity, it was more than likely going to be Doodle. Already at a low amount of HP. The resets nowadays only give you 20 HP. If you haven't been playing for quite a while, that change happened about 8 months ago. But what a nice shot from Kilo. An immediate refrag, though, from Rexon all the way upstairs to the hatch.
Still quality kills coming in all around from both teams right now. But factor Rexon and Thomas, they're going to have the upper hand. Up one in numbers. But verticality in play, like I was speaking of, and Rexon picks up his second. Gonna have to be aware of what's happening up top, but
they now know where he is. This is dangerous. Lion goes off. Oh, this all of a sudden gets all the more difficult in Luminosity with the second round, and that is where Lion is better than any other operator. When you are in dire straits, and all you have to do is clutch up, and the guy still has 2 EE1Ds, good luck, my friend. You're not getting through that. Unless you're Vigil and can counter it, that's your only saving grace.
Good luck. So, going back to hookah and billiards. Luminosity, unlike what we saw last map, they started off looking pretty much unstoppable against Okami. Pretty unfortunate that they're having such a slow start right now. But this is where they have to pick it up. Factor choosing Capital, and I believe he's going to 6-pick off of him. For those of you that are new to the game, when they saw him choose Capital, both teams can see what operators each other pick. But now that he switched to Lion with the 6-pick, which your team can use one time around, they can't see who that operator is. So it throws in a little bit of mystery, and they're going to have to plan for that. But Lion and play again, rightfully so. They needed him. He had such a big role last game. Let's see if Luminosity can go by 3. And I've always said this game was going to be decided in the first half. Luminosity just steamroasted this first half. I don't think Okami has what it takes. I feel like their flame is going to be going out pretty soon. They're not able to pick up a round or two.
Yeah, well, the issue is now is that Benji's once burning flame has all of a sudden come to a very, very dull husk of what it used to be. So no more light coming down the tunnel from him. See if anybody else has anything in store, but if it continues like this with no real action on Okami's side, I can definitely see this being a very quick game. And the rough thing is that this is Okami's map. This is the map that you chose to go to with Luminosity. Obviously, you know your opponent when you go into this map pool. And I think that their misstep here is that you chose Coastline against a team that is renowned for being extremely aggressive.
Yeah. We've seen Luminosity on Coastline a few times now. Actually, last time on US 10, I believe they played Coastline, along with their last play day in a Pro League where they had a hell of a match against Reciprocity. But Rexon moving in, and the guy in Kitchen is going to miss him. And matter of timing was all in his hands. Air jab currently in play along with the EE1D.
Yeah, doing that.
Rexon's going to drop Layman as he comes in off the rotation.
And that's that amount of pressure that that Jackal-Lion combo can force onto the other team. You can see Layman not even really being about his wits. He just sprints out of Sunrise. He's like, oh, they know where I am. And then he gets caught off on rotation. And that's the danger of those two operators in tandem. So we're all of a sudden equalized, but now Prompted's locked down with that EE1D. They're able to recognize him out. Oh, almost a nice shot from Rexon, but wasn't quick enough on the trigger. Stun grenades now pouring in towards Cool Vibes as they're trying to take over as much map pressure as possible. Prompted, though, winning things out inside of offices to keep giving him these one-on-one duels. They need to actually try and sandwich him instead. Rexon's got the track on him as well as Thomas picks up Benji across the map. So waiting for the next Jackal track, recognizes that he's in the corner. Hyena needs to pressure now, though. They need to do this at the exact same time, and that's how you handle the situation, boys. Very clean take overall. Except for that loss of Factor, which really shouldn't have happened. Flag going to take a little bit of damage as well, just for his leisure. But now they have a minute left on the board. They've already dealt quite a bit of damage to Flack, as previously stated. With that minute on the board, they're going to have plenty of time to get more information, which is exactly what they're going to need to try and force this objective, but it's more than likely going to go towards the execution side of things.
Yeah, when Luminosity taking out the player, that gave Okami a breath of life finally this round. It's going to be Mozzie, a.k.a. Prompted. He finally gets taken down, and things are going to be a little bit easier for Okami, especially due to the fact, well, look, not anymore. This is now a 2v2. Forget what I was just saying. Kilo is going to get the best directions. Now with the 2v2 currently happening, you have Maestro and Smoke available. I wonder how many Toxic Babes is going to be in hand. And the Evil Eyes, I'm pretty sure they're there as well. Yeah, no more Toxic Babes. Is we see Luminosity work their way towards default spot as Thomas is going to flirt with it just momentarily, hitting barbed wire. The plan's going to go down. Yeah. Oh, Hyena on the flank. Hyena can make such a big play. No, he's going to get dropped immediately in Okami. They're going to win round number 3, finally. That was a nice flank attempt coming in from him as well.
Yeah, that was a very, very nice play by Kilo, but the issue is that they had information on Hyena, or that pre-fire got him into trouble, trying to pre-fire into Vase. And immediately, obviously, they knew his location. I mean, there's a gun going off extremely close to you.
I think that was it.
Yeah, so it's either that or they had a very well-placed cam somewhere, but obviously Valkyrie is not on the field. So more than likely, it was the gunfire that gave him away, and Okami find their first round because of it. So a little bit of a botched round from Luminosity. They should have tried to shift the take once that fell apart inside of Aquarium, because you really need 3 people to make that work. You need 1 to plant, 1 to hold an angle from Aquarium, and someone to play double window so that no one can get aggressive from inside of Hookah. And without that amount of people, they needed to try and get another frag down on the board in order to plant that diffuser. Instead, they tried to go for the plant, obviously hemorrhaging someone to be able to stick the animation, and then 1 man with a gun, and it just got botched in the end.
So like we said, how Benji needed a lot of help. I really like what we saw last round. For the fact that Prompted was able to give Doodle a nice haircut as he was creeping by a window. He was able to get another kill as Mozzie, and then he required 2 people to come in from Luminosity to track him down and kill him. I mean, that wasted 2 players and a lot of time for Luminosity, which ultimately helped out Okami win that round. But also on the flip end, when you take a look at Anchorage as well, Kilo has been playing so well as Maestro right now. so well. The fact that he was able to hold things down, not just that round, but also the last round over their front desk, he's starting to warm up. So players on Okami, their hands are starting to get warm, and they're one round away from tying things up. It's going to be all about this attack, though. If they can try to gather up a few more rounds while they're here on defense, they don't want to give it all away to Luminosity while they're on attack still.
Well, that's the thing. This is where you really need to rack up these rounds because traditionally speaking, when you're picking maps, you pick them for your defensive side and say, okay, we've got strats set up for this. We know we want to handle things. Offensive side is a lot more free ball.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's
Coastline, I feel like
how
it
it
can go
goes.
either way.
Yeah, it can, but I mean, traditionally speaking, you do pick maps because your defensive side, not your offensive side, even on maps that are more offensive-sided, but we really don't have any of those in the current meta that's been going on. Hyena's going to have our first kill, though, and again, it's going to be Benji, just not lighting up the world like he once was.
Yep, Benji taking down this Jaeger. ADSs, hopefully they've been up in place as he gets taken out of play. So Luminosity now going to be up with one player, even though Hyena took a lot of damage from that altercation. But the EE1D is going to be in play, and Doodle catching prompted, just chilling on the floor. This is going to be a nice and easy headshot coming in from him. But take a look at all the drone work coming in from Luminosity as well. Intel is on their side. And Leymon is not going to be able to get that kill because of the metal rail that's right underneath this player.
Beautiful take from Luminosity so far. Pre-firing through, recognizing out that he's on the bed, and Flack gets the kill because of it. You can't nitro cell below the bed, it won't kill anyone, so you have to make a hole to be able to toss a nitro cell through on top of the bed to be able to secure the kill instead. So some trades dancing back and forth, but Luminosity comes out on the top of the pile, and all of a sudden it's down to 2 on the side of Okami. Flack and Lamont, those are the only 2 that remain. Soft destruction already dealt with upstairs, so all these angles isolating out the 2 subsectors of the site. This diffuser now needs to go down. Lamont trying to get ready for this peek, but somebody's going to actually knock down the door from outside. He hears the air jab as well, so Lamont doesn't have a nitro cell. He's just going to have to play close and hope, wish, and pray for a pick. But the pick isn't going to go his way. It's going to go the way of Luminosity, and all of a sudden it's knocked down to a 1 versus 4, and the fuser is planted. Factor even has another EE1D, but it's not going to matter. Luminosity already has everything in the world unlocked upstairs, and it's going to be a quick shot through the floor into bathroom to bag them the 3rd round.
Yeah, that was extremely one-sided.
Well, I mean, recognize that Luminosity's take. I mean, this is a difficult thing with casting, right? Like, you don't want to say that C4 was in Africa and killed me. Oh, man. You always love it when that happens. You're like, I'm out of range. Boom, and you die, you know? But that's the one thing that's difficult about casting, you know, Val. You don't want to go too in-depth, and people are just like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about? Yeah. You know what I mean? But the take overall for Luminosity was to isolate out Theater, and that's exactly what they were able to accomplish. They took over VIP and made sure no one was inside of 90, recognizing out that they could apply pressure there late if somebody did need to rotate out. They they rotated Thomas over to main stairs window, making it to where Doc could not possibly rotate out. And since you have 90 locked down, as well as main stairs locked down, and he can't try and push up through penthouse because that's where you're pressuring him from, where in the hell is Doc going to go? Nowhere. And when you call him with an EE1D, you shoot him, and all of a sudden you have map pressure. And that's how it went. Benji died early on, making Doc all alone. He was a soldier that was just stuck out in no man's land. It was soon killed. And then all of a sudden they have all the map pressure in the world, and Okami is not battling back from that.
Yeah, the textbook gameplay is shutting down Okami left and right. Benji, not yet to get a kill this map. You just gotta love the way Luminosity is playing as well. The support play for the entry fraggers has been unstoppable. We saw a player going down 90 with 2 drones in front of him. Not 1, but 2. They want to check all corners, make sure they're, cross their T's and dot their I's to make sure that no one gets caught with their pants down and get an unnecessary death. And that's how you play when you're at that level. But repelling up is going to be Rexon. He's just going to do Rexon things with Jackal. Look for roamers, great utility on in, and just try to win the 1v1s. It's going to be... It sounds easy when you say that's going to be all that's required from him, but from a player that's as good as Rexon, he does it so well.
The amount of change that's happened with this roster, even going into the split, I mean, guys, look at it this way. This team ended up finishing, I believe, 3rd. It's either 3rd or 4th inside of Pro League. I'm trying to remember this off of the top of my head, but I will confirm here in just a second. Again, been kind of a long day, but hey, it's whatever. It happens, right? So...
It was 4th or 5th.
It was 4th. Evil Geniuses finished 3rd. Apologies, because I believe I said that earlier. But either way, Luminosity ended up finishing 4th. This is their first Pro League season, and they picked up Factor halfway through the season. and they still finished 4th. So think about if they had Factor when they first started the season.
You're right.
Very, very dangerous.
I mean,
So-
still, they start off the season pretty dominant as well. So
Yeah, they started off the season pretty dominant, but again, it was just a surprise thing. There was only one team really inside of Pro League that had this play style, and then all of a sudden you have another that obviously has their own take on the same thing. But
yeah, they're wild and
it's
reckless.
it's very shocking when you play against a team that has no concern for their well-being.
That's
You know,
the thing.
because that's the thing about Siege. You know what I mean? You're like, I have to stay alive. I have to get the diffuser down. And they're like, screw that, man. If I kill you, I win the game.
Yeah. Luminosity, they reek of confidence, and it shows in their gunplay. But the E1D in play once again from Factor, and we see the ping. So it's going to be effective this time around. But gunfire coming up from down low. Factor's going to have to be careful. Yeah, take a look at this, though. Jackal tracking, you have the E1Ds in play, and also 2 players going to drop. It's going to be Black and also Thomas. So, good quality kills from both sides.
Yeah, E1D is pouring in once again, just trying to establish some pressure inside of Sunrise to be able to get this diffuser down. Benji starts us off, but Kilo's going to continue it on, and all of a sudden it's looking like the Okami train here. Diffuser gets confirmed, but Kilo confirms a kill. It's all of a sudden up to Hyena, but he's in the proper location to be able to try and stunt this growth here from Okami. Can he possibly do it? He has 3 to find, but we've seen Hyena be able to accomplish greater things before. Can he see the head? He actually peeks through, and Doc gets the kill, and that'll be Okami's 2nd round.
So it's still a game. It's not out of reach. Okami's just going to have to continue playing slow and playing their game. As long as they play fast and furious like Luminosity's currently doing, they haven't been able to hold on. But the moment they regroup and they stick together to where they're close enough in the same proximity to get those refrags, I mean, that has been the name of the game for Okami. And we all saw how both of those players were together in bar, and also a cross was set on cool vibes. That's what you want. You do not want to allow anybody on Luminosity to have any type of clutch potential. But a late pick from Lemon is going to be Mute. So we head back to the 2nd floor. And Benji, waiting for him to heat back up to join the rest of his teammates on this comeback attempt. Yeah, the change from Mute is going to go to Vigil immediately. With Vigil being in play, I feel like it has to be done. Chat, can we get a Boss GA call?
Attackers need to locate
Bikini body. Lend us your energy.
Yes.
You recognize out that I'm the Blue Eyes White Dragon today as well. So, shout out to Bikini. Love that guy. Awesome human being.
Last map, we had a lot of Benji. This time around, we're going to have Kilo. Doing well as Maestro. The out of 5.56 doesn't play. Doesn't discriminate.
Nah, it doesn't. That gun is, that gun does not discriminate. It kills everyone. Male, female, doesn't matter. Everyone's getting the beat down from the Alda. That's how it works.
Guns usually kill everyone, but that gun especially.
Yeah, that gun especially. Well, when you look at the defensive side, you know, you're just like, you know, the guns are pretty scary, but that thing terrifies me. Like, it's kind of like when Blackbeard was ridiculous, and you heard his scar fire, and you're like, oh no, it's a Blackbeard, you know? That's that feeling that you get when you hear an Alda fire. And it's like, okay, well, can't peek that guy.
Not at all. Collecting this drone is going to be Rexon, and point of attack. I wonder what that ping is currently for, but you see the drone coming in from main lobby. They're going to work their way from bottom to top, make sure nobody underneath is going to hit them with a nitro cell or, you know, shot through the soft destruction on the floor, which is the right way to play, and the drone is going to lead the way for them. Drone play, Inox in play, Lion in play again. I mean, this has been the winning lineup for Luminosity, and I don't see a reason why they would want to switch this up. But this is going to be the last time on these operators, as we're going to go into halftime after this round.
Well, 2 minutes left on the board. Okami switching up the roster as well. So Lamont going to be bringing Vigil this time around, which definitely could help them out. It counters out Lion, but it does not counter out Jackal. So if they're able to read into it, could definitely help them out. But Benji's actually going to shoot right between the legs of Thomas. Deals a little bit of damage still to the upper thigh area, but again, since it's a leg shot, doesn't deal too much damage. That 416C is actually the highest damaging body shot gun in the game. So he's going to deal about half of his HP, but again, nothing to be fatal just yet.
All right, the upside down rappel hasn't been effective yet, but if anybody pops up from behind bar, you better believe he's possibly going to get a kill, but the E1D is in play as the drone gets shot. They know exactly where Maestro is, and Rexon with the spray. It's going to drop Kilo. Great effort and attempt coming in from him and his teammate. that was distracting him with the Twitch drone. But we see in the doorway there's going to be 2 players there as well for the challenge. So why not activate another E1D as Doodle runs in his Twitch? The refrag happens, but Doodle and Factor are going to get 2 straight with Hyena joining him for the last 3 or 4 kills to Luminosity. Yeah, Luminosity ran right through him. That's
Luminosity for you. Again, they are always the picker of the pace. You know, they're always the one to select how fast are we going to execute here. They recognized out that, okay, Okami has gotten used to us being a little bit more melodic, taking our time, and this time around we know where they are. We have E1Ds at our disposal, and we have the thing that definitely helps out with all of that, smoke grenades. Being able to make it to where they can't get vision on those long distance, gunfights that they want in order to stop those fast rushes. Those smoke grenades pouring in definitely helped out Luminosity accomplish exactly what they wanted to do, which was take over the site and get that diffuser down, but they, at the end of the day, didn't even need it.
Oh, I got excited. I thought we were going to see Mirror for the first time this map.
The other team, Okami, just did not play Penthouse. They didn't want to, and that's really the only site that you're going to see her on. Yeah. You can see her on Hookah, but there's not really a big point.
Yeah, you could get rid of the glass windows from that window right there on the north side if you go on Rappel. It's going to be pretty easy to spot out if no one's guarding that window. Speaking of guarding, I'm pretty shocked that Doodle was able to run in to Hookah and pick up that kill with no one spotting him at all. Yeah, the crossfire was set if anybody tried to peek him, but the fact that he was so free in order to do that, that was a big brain play and a ballsy play coming in from Doodle right there. Usually see him on the hard breach, but this time around, they gave him some Twitch play so he could flex that muscle a little bit. But Mozzie is going to be in play most definitely because of the fact he can hack drones. He has the perfect utility set up to do whatever he wants. But with a spawn peek, Rexon isn't going to connect this time around. And he's going to get back to business as usual as he gets right back into the building.
All right, well, as Veli told you guys, we've switched sides now as Riley Reed's going to get banned. So, Okami. I just wanted to make Veli laugh. So Okami now on offense. Going to be joining things out. They've actually taken an operator that Luminosity not taken yet on offense. It's going to be the Buck, and Buck's actually going to get one of his drones taken. Excuse me, that was Kilo getting one of his drones taken away. Apologies on that. He shifted over our vision, but Okami a little bit slower than what Luminosity had, and I believe it's mainly because Hyenas placed these in such fantastic locations to really just stunt the overall progress of the map takeover from Okami. Trying to get this drone work in early, but as we know, Luminosity loves this roam game, and we see a lot of the top-end Pro League teams do this, specifically Empire, G2, a lot of the teams at Raleigh, this is what they prefer to do on Coastline. Play this bottom floor heavy and make it extremely hard to battle for that map control.
Okay, Logic Bomb coming into play, but it's not going to stop anybody just yet. We saw a visual rotate around as his cell phone started buzzing. Find a new home to try to hide and pick up a kill or 2 for his team. And Prompted is finally able to see a play. Oh, Prompted! Oh my gosh, switches over to the next window and pops Thomas. Great heads-up play coming in from the Dokkaebi player. Okay.
Concussions now pouring in from Kilo into Billiards, and Impact for good measure as well. Concussions hitting Doodle quite a lot, but definitely knows that there's no plant going down just yet as Rexon is on call for it. Now playing the bullet holes, but he could get in some trouble because if someone shoots just a little bit below that punch hole, it's going to tap him right in his head, and that's going to be a pretty easy kill. Okami still trying to battle for some map pressure here. They already have that early pick that we saw onto Thomas, but now they need to get this diffuser down. You have to play the objective. Smoke grenades now pouring in, and oh no, that's exactly what you don't want to see, folks. If you're rooting for Okami, especially Factor just adding insult to injury as Lamont goes down as well.
Oh, heart-wrenching team kill. Right when Okami had the round in their hands, they had the numbers, they were making a push to get into sight, and hey, Kilo, he's going to try to redeem himself. Doodle's going to go down immediately, and now it's even Steven, under 20 seconds. Nitro Cell currently being played is going to be off the mark, and the plant was going down. They're going to stop that momentarily as Kilo gets the kill along with Prompted. Now Factor is going to pick up 2 of his own. It's going to be a 1v1, 5 seconds left to go.
He's downstairs, Vel. He can't get the diffuser.
Oh, no. Oh.
He just had to run away. He played it perfectly.
I got caught up in what Factor was doing.
He played it perfectly. Oh, no, I can't blame you at all. I can't blame you at all. That kill downstairs actually.
Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the proper spot. He tried to stop the nitro cell, but no one's going to account for, that. Let me just get a triple kill really quick to completely clear out Aquarium. And obviously we know that Dokubi's downstairs, and Dokubi obviously is not fast enough, although she's a 2-armor 2-speed, to run upstairs and plant a diffuser. And even if she was able to get upstairs and grab the diffuser, she's going to be stuck in the animation. She won't be able to get out. Maestro just rotates back in, shoots her in her head. It's going to be their round anyways. Yeah. So pushing it to 5-2 here as Luminosity's looking very, very dominant on Coastline.
I've said it earlier on. It's not about the round that you lost, but it's the matter of how you lost the round. And the team kill coming in from Kilo and then players dropping like flies right after that. That was them. They had the opportunity. Yeah, Luminosity could have outmanned them over in the billiards area, but still, the numbers were there. And that just wasn't necessary at all.
Luminosity is breaking a lot of their stereotypes statistically wise tonight, actually. So on this map, just like we talked about on the last map, they played Maestro 100% of the time when available. But throughout tonight, they haven't really played him that much on defense. They have obviously stuck to always playing Jaeger. It's a gunner stack. They love Jaeger. He's got the, only utility in the game that stops projectiles. So obviously everything up except for Cavitao bolts, it grabs all of them. Frag grenades, stun grenades, breaching rounds, the whole lot. It will get rid of those. And he's the only one that does it in the game. So you kind of have to have him. I mean, there's obviously certain setups where you don't really need him, but he's always welcomed in a lineup.
Yep, and I'm happy now because Mira's finally going to be in play, and the one-sided window is going to be placed to help out the roamers over there on the second floor. So I want to see some sneaky plays get done on the end of Luminosity. Doodle going from Twitch to Smoke. Little change of pace coming in from him, but I still like it. He's really good on Smoke.
So I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, ha, Stokes, they played it off on a different site. But guess what? They set it up exactly like they were going to play it upstairs anyways. It's set up inside of Penthouse. This is the perfect area to set up a bunker-esque roam, and that's exactly what they're going to do with this Mira setup. They're going to set up the bunker. What this does is it makes it to where you can deny so much time because you're in a safe harbor. All you have to do is peek, show a little face, show them a little hip, and that's about it. Yeah, show a little leg, get down tonight. That's all you got to do. That's it. Got to show face, possibly get a kill in the process, but you're just there to waste time, folks. That's what the roam game's all about. If you can waste 2 minutes, it's all on the defense, or the backbone, the support players, to lock down sight in that instance. Your job is to waste time. All those kills are just icing on the cake.
Right, but also, talking about wasting time, take a look at how much Okami has advanced towards Luminosity. Hasn't been a lot at all.
It's because the setup is so weird. They haven't seen
weird.
anything like it, especially inside of scrims and stuff like that. I can tell you that for sure. And all of a sudden, they're dealing with an immense amount of map pressure from Luminosity, where it seems like there's just roaches everywhere. Everyone seems to be in every single room all at the same time, and you really don't know what to do. I mean, Prompted hasn't even launched a logic bomb yet. That's how confused these guys are.
Yeah, everyone's spread so wide apart. And on the other end, you see Okami bunched up together. So big play opportunity if they play their cards right. Prompted's going to start the party. But EE1D in play, and unfortunately, visuals being handed down. Kilo picks up another kill for Okami as the plan starts to go down. But, oh my God!
Everyone just lost their ones.
They Thanos snapped, and everyone on Luminosity just got obliterated.
Everyone just lost their ones. So, Luminosity losing one-on-one gunfights.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the point I was getting to. Everyone was spread so far apart. And, the big play opportunity is there if you're able to get those kills. But if the picks start happening one by one from another team, there's no refrag in play.
I think that the main thing for me there is that Okami, they did have a very slow take. We recognize that out. I mean, first logic bomb going down in a minute. That's really not supposed to happen. You're supposed to, obviously get the room clear and everything going on.
Yeah.
The way that it went positively for Okami is they got those early frags using Luminosity's angles against them, because a lot of those are just so weird that you really don't even know that they're there, even though you establish them. Like that weird prone angle that we saw Dokubi using through the floor.
Yeah.
No one's going to, walk back through kitchen through the rotate hole and go, oh yeah, this guy can kill me laying down next to blue bar door.
No.
It's just a very, very awkward angle that you didn't recognize that was there. But I can tell you this, they definitely know it's there now.
Yeah, you live and you learn, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what this game's all about. Mistakes and learning from them.
So, Okami bringing something that Luminosity didn't when it came to the site take.
Benji is the top of the leaderboard with 2 kills. You can tell that man is putting in all of the support work right now.
It's like these players are firing off at different times, like a bad car, you know? But yeah, Okami's going to bring something Luminosity didn't do when it came to this site. You're going to have Buck in play. And the reason why Buck is so good is because of the fact that, hey, you know, you're above him, utilize the skeleton keys, the secondary on your primary gun, get the floor open, and that way you can toss in some frag grenades, get in the picture, just watch the defenders scatter like roaches when they're exposed to sunlight. So that's going to open a lot of things up when it comes to strategy for Okami, but still, it's going to have to stay alive. I'm going to take another look at the roam presence coming in from this team, and thank you, Marcio. As Thomas is going to hold down this area right here in the E1D, isn't going to work on the visual, so pretty much a waste right there in a face-to-face fight. As Luminosity are going to hold strong with this roam. Yeah, 3 roamers up top. We'd love to see it.
You do indeed, don't you, Vel? Prompted going to be on aquarium window now. It's got what in God's name was that, Thomas? What are you doing? What are you doing, friend? Doesn't apparently know that Prompted is sitting out on aquarium balcony. Couldn't possibly hear him. Oh, that's going to eat him by ADS as well. So Benji almost bagging himself his 3rd kill for the round. But overall, still going very, very well for them so far. Thomas, the early frag. But the last time that Thomas was an early frag, Luminosity ended up winning the round. So we'll have to see if that trend continues. As Kilo is now on drone duty. Okami trying to take top control here, but it's slow going. Last time we saw this same thing, but it ended up working out in the end. We'll have to see if it could possibly work once again. Rexon's going to get aggressive. That's going to be the difference this time. Quite a bit of damage onto Benji as well. Don't believe he recognizes it out, though. Obviously, the bullet tracer's coming back through. Could be a sign that he did hit him just a little bit. Another pre-fire. But obviously, Rexon going to be behind a solid wall this time around.
Also, this is what you want from your own game. Rexon is pretty much unstoppable and untouchable right now. And he still has Mozzie that has his back. Like you said, this is a bunker.
Oh, Hyena got drone hold.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
3 and 4. Wait, he just shot Rex. Rex's teammate just flicked him.
Factor almost killed him. You gotta step away from the man when he's in work. All right, you gotta step away from him, especially with that ult. People get a little antsy, you know. Oh, did Prompted recognize it out? He did. Beautiful drone work, recognizing out the flank from security. But again, 45 seconds left on the clock, and it doesn't seem like they really have a plan to get this diffuser down just yet. Still plenty of utility to be able to do so. Frag grenades, logic bombs, and the lot still on the side of Okami. EE1D pours in now, and we're going to have that same angle. They're going to have to be able to not die on this cross, as they're now isolating out kitchen to be able to get this diffuser down. Benji's pressuring up top as well, but it's going to be Flak to falter. And all of a sudden, we're down onto equal grounds here, Veli. Even on health, Benji and Rection matched up on the exact same HP, but it's going to be a late rotate from Blue that could possibly spell disaster. Smoke grenades pour in, EE1D as well, as this diffuser will get confirmed. He's going to get recognized out from the Evil Eye, though. He's going to get quite a bit of damage. Oh my God, Doodle, what a shot. He's going to stick the defuse as well. It's going to be all up to Lamont. Can he recognize that where to possibly try and pursue from? Oh no, it's going to be a trade back and forth, but no, Doodle to win it out. And all of a sudden, it's going to be Luminosity on map point.
Okay. 6-3. Oh,
that got dicey for a second.
It really did. Even though you said it was on equal footing, there's just so much more in play. The verticality coming in from one team, and then a hot hand from the other. Doodle stepping up big to knock out that player that was above him. Doodle, by far, was an MVP that round. And I loved his play. I love his play right there. But all right. Match point. Luminosity, you win this. If Luminosity wins this round,
they're booking a ticket.
They're qualified for the USN Finals in Las Vegas this December.
They really don't need a ticket, though.
They don't need a ticket.
They're kind of just like up the road.
Yeah.
They don't even have. They all get to sleep in their beds, folks.
They get hometown advantage.
Yeah, if you guys didn't, well, there's 3 teams that get hometown advantage. You got Rogue, you got Luminosity, and you got Rec. They all have team houses in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. If you guys didn't know, if you guys follow any of the players on Twitter that are on any of these teams, you guys might have seen like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, they were playing football out on like a field. I kind of got jealous, man. It threw me back to when I lived in a neighborhood with all my friends.
I missed that.
Yeah, right? Playing pickup football, man. Yeah. Just mossing all your friends and make fun of them. So short and slow.
Back in the day, Veli was tiny and he used to fly by him. So
hey, I used to be tiny too. I'm not even 6 foot tall now. I just like to act like it. I'm 5'11". God did me wrong. It's just like, oh, 1 inch, wrong. Like
there it goes.
Yeah.
So Sam,
slightly above average in everything, Veli.
What's the chances Okami makes this comeback to take it overtime? From what we've seen so far, do they realistically have what it takes?
They've looked.
It's going to take a lot of grit, but the thing is that they need to stop this comeback potential Luminosity. And with that early spawn kill onto Kilo, oh, Rexen.
Already?
Rexen's going for the tilt factor.
Already?
That's what he's going for. That's what he's going for. Rexen's playing the mind games now, folks. Get that spawn kill. Tell that man to take a good bit of sleep. That's it. Oh, Kilo coming back with the... He's like, it's okay, man. Don't worry. You killed me. It's fine. Hell, man. I get it. I get it. But that's going to be Diffuser down as well. So with that being onto Kilo, onto the Zofia... No. This round's more than likely in the bag as long as Luminosity doesn't botch it. This is Luminosity's round to lose.
I still feel like Okami is just a bit lackluster on this map compared to the last one. I mean, even despite the difference in rounds that they won, it just doesn't look like their aggression or dominance is really there. It looks like they're really clawing for these wins. They're climbing. It's an uphill battle, nonstop, and they really haven't had control over this game. Claymore is currently being set, and this is going to be the basics from Okami. This could be their very last round.
Well, the main issue is now is that, rudimentarily speaking, you go into a map thinking, okay, for like the first minute and a half, we're going to have all hands on deck. We're going to be able to hold the angles that we want to hold. And with a man down this early, obviously Kilo had a job. He had a job saying, okay, this is my job. This is what I take over. I'm entering here. And now somebody else has to do that. Prompton's going to equalize on the Factor, but again, you still have all of this site set up. And that's all they need. Factor going down here is not a big deal. His ADS is stay. On the side of Okami, with Kilo going down that early, you don't have any impacts, don't have any concussions, don't have that amazing AK. You just don't have it, and it makes it very, very difficult.
Right, we just heard a drone get hacked, so that's going to be +1 for Luminosity in regards to intel, but Rexen is going to hold this angle with his dear life. You saw two players pass by, wasn't able to hit a shot, but the second time around, I don't think they're going to be as lucky. Utility currently being dumped, and Rexen's going to drop 1. Which is going to add to 2 for the round so far. Evil Eye's currently in play to help him out as well for intel. Rexen is sitting pretty. He's so comfortable at the moment.
This is the issue. They haven't changed up what the take's going to be, and more than likely, folks, that's going to be all she wrote. They're trying to equalize out now, but they need to try and get this diffuser. They only have 30 seconds and 2 people. They're going to fall into the exact same trap that we saw Luminosity fall into in this exact same instance. You only have 2 people, and in order to try and put a bomb down on that default, you have to have at least 3 in order to do so. Nitro Cell to go off. They now have the control they need, but Doodle's playing it slow. Diffuser now going down, but he's just crawling up.
He's already crawling it. He's already crawling it.
That's all he needs. See, without somebody inside of Aquarium, that's all she wrote. Try and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Let me tell. Hey, that's why they pay me the big bucks. I mean, the medium bucks. My bad. Apologies.
The medium bucks.
Yeah. But hey, all I'm going to say is, overall for Okami, not a bad team at all. Not a bad team at all. Luminosity just a little bit more tight-knit overall. Just cleaner gameplay. And as you guys know, traditionally speaking, cleaner gameplay wins you games.
Yeah, take a look at the kills. Rexen's going to be on top, and Prompt is going to respectfully be on top for his team. 9 kills, matching kill totals with Kilo. But Luminosity, they're going to be the ones that are victorious. And what does that mean, Sam?
We're going to land, baby.
We're going to Vegas. Vegas.
You know what that does mean, though?
What's up?
I get to see the boys when I go to
Vegas. Boys are
going to
be there.
I mean, they probably would have been there anyways, but it just would have been a lot more sad to be like, hey, guys, you're not playing. How's it going?
All right. Hindsight is always 20/20, but my hot take is, man, I feel like if Okami really won map 1, I feel like Luminosity, they fed off that momentum. And whenever you listen to their comms and the way they talk to each other, Doodle and Thomas especially, when you win maps like that. When
Doodle is loud.
Fights, yeah.
Doodle is a loud comm.
when you have multiple emotional leaders on your team, and they start feeding you that hype, they start yelling, "Hey, Stokes, you're the best in the game. Let's get this,
That's
baby."
Doodle, man. That's Doodle.
You see it in Luminosity's gameplay, and that's why we saw a lot of solo play and success coming from that solo play. Never it came from Luminosity. Doodle, he's a hard breacher. You put him on Twitch though, and he ran rampant on the team. Rexon was unstoppable.
Don't need a hard breacher, baby. All you need is guns for Coastline.
I'm saying, you put your hard breacher, you give him a good gun and you see him dominate. Factor doing extremely well. This team is lights out, man. But still, I feel like it was momentum-based. And Okami, I expected more from him. But unfortunately, their run for USN in 2019 is over.
I got some wisdom for you real quick.
Talk to me.
Don't bring a gunner stack to a gunner map.
Okay.
You can put that on my gravestone.
I like to fight fire with fire sometimes. So.
Yeah, but sometimes you get burned, and that's exactly what's going to happen with Okami. Because it wasn't even like a slight burn. We're talking about 3rd degree.
That was pretty rough, man. But hey, shout out to Okami for making it this far though, into the conference finals 2 times here in USN. And as you guys know, this week is the last week of games for qualifiers. So Thursday, so the last set of games we have is another best of 3. We're going to see if one of those teams will make it to LAN. But for now, it's all about Luminosity.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of stuff going on inside of Rainbow Six in general, so I'm very, very excited. We still got another game going on this week. We got Japan soon, then we have USN. There's just so much stuff going on. I'm excited.
But you know what? I'm excited for this interview coming up. Let's see who's on board. I'm hoping it's Thomas.
Me too.
I'm hoping it's Thomas. Let's see. Thomas! What's up, baby?
How's it going?
Yo, I'm doing all right. Hey.
Come on, man.
How you feeling, man? You guys, you going to LAN?
I'm feeling great. We're going to LAN. It's our first USN, my first USN. Questionable plays by me today, but yo, hey, it's wild. That's all I can say. I'm very happy right now, though.
No, it's fine, man. Doodle made it to the USN Finals LAN last year, so you have a veteran on your side coming into December. But the first map was actually pretty worrisome. It was scary. When the game was close like that, what went through you guys' mind, and what was the biggest challenge facing off against Okami?
Well, with Cons, we were just like, we knew exactly what they were gonna do, but they just did other stuff and got more aggressive than what we basically expected. And finally we realized it. We all just had a mental reset, and we just fix this up. It's one round you've messed up, fix it up the next. With Coast, we just banned the two operators that use the most, Valk and Ash, and there it was. We just really said, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna target ban. And not a lot of C4s went off that game. Then Consulate did. So the bans really worked out.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Consulate, tell Rexon I said he's filthy. He's disgusting, right? I want to know from the comms from Rexon how he felt in general whenever they tried to hard breach that garage door, especially the last time they did it.
I did my VOD review. I told him straight up, one's going to be left side stairs, one's going to be covering him, and then the other one's going to be, once I hit CO window, peek. And Richie's one of the best, so he's going to peek and gun. I have all my faith in him.
Yeah. Maverick was feeding him a kill every single time. But the last round, they tried to use the blowtorch. It looked like a Picasso painting. I didn't know what it was, man. But Thomas, I know you're a humble guy. You're a humble guy. What is your realistic expectations when you show up to the Penn and Teller Theater in December to try to be the USN champion or Team USA?
It's down the street, so we're ready to grind. It's finally something we deserve. Shout out to Okami. They're amazing players. We played our best. We could have done better, but we played to our potential on Coastline, and it showed. I could have fixed up my plays, questionable things, but other than that, everyone did amazing. Other than that, we're ready to actually prove ourselves in the USN.
One question that I personally want to know, the fact that you guys live so close to Rogue and Reciprocity, has there been any talks about LAN parties to prep for this LAN?
I really don't know. That's not really on our mind.
Okay.
Usually it's just if we just scrim each other, we just scrim each other on our ping, because
right by
the ping difference, it's right by each other. So it's basically land at that point. So like, other than that, you know, it's all good.
Who is that? Who is that?
You're just checking out the VOD.
Hey, so Thomas, I'm gonna leave the floor open to you. Feel free to say whatever you want to say to the chat, the viewers, and the fans out there, man.
Shout out to the fans. You know, shout out to my teammates for basically picking up my slack on Coastline and on Consulate. I could have 1v3 that clutch, but let's just say that pistol is something else. Shout out to LG. That pistol is really something else, man. Shout out to LG. You know, amazing org. You know, they always support us with everything. You know, they provided us beautiful house, everything. So shout out to them. Shout out to everyone else, and you know, shout out to Okami too. They made it far twice, so like it's not their first time, it's their second time. So like they're a team to look out for. And other than that, you know, I'm good.
Hey,
thank you guys for the. Hey, see you guys in December.
See you in Vegas, baby. Hey,
see you in Vegas, baby.
I'll catch you in December, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Hey, thank you. Bye.
I forgot all about that pistol kill. I mean, the pistol choke.
Look,
but you know what though? He knows he had a bad day.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have bad days.
It happens.
You have bad days, but like, here's the thing, and I'm on his side with this. Yeah. That pistol is garbage.
It's awful.
Tell me why that thing does less damage than Legion's pistol, but has more kick.
Yeah, you shoot it once and it hits the ceiling. It has more kick than a deagle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't make the game, man. I don't know. I just cast the game. That's all I do. All right, so we should go to MVPs. Yeah, do you want me to do mine first?
Of course.
Because mine's the most important.
Go ahead.
That's how this goes. Mine's A-Factor, folks. And the reason mine is A-Factor is because A-Factor might have not lit up the scoreboard, but he had some moments of just pure brilliance, able to break through Okami and really show them who's boss, especially with that run out that we saw on Consulate that ended up, well, winning them the round overall. So for me, Factor is definitely going to take the MVP for this one.
Yeah, Factor, he deserves that, but also I feel like Rexon most definitely does as well. Even though Factor
he does, you just stole him first.
Yeah, Rexon hands down the best player in the lobby. I mean, his solo pushes, his solo plays, he's literally a one-man army. 24 and 18, positive 6 on the day, but the entry was so important for Rexon, utilizing Jackal and other operators, getting the first kill, spawn peaks, or what may you have it. That's what helped Luminosity come out on top, especially on Coastline. You saw the difference.
You want to know why I respect him so much? Because his favorite operator is Vigil. And you really don't find too many people that their favorite operator is Vigil. He's my second favorite on defense behind Jaeger, because I'm a filthy Ash main, as everybody knows. So
it's Thomas's birthday?
It's Thomas's birthday?
That's what somebody's saying. Yeah.
Is it Thomas's birthday?
I'm not sure. I might be giving some wrong intel.
I'm checking right now just to make sure.
These are the total stats you guys see right there.
Stand by.
Still, while Stokes checks before we say happy birthday to Thomas, if it is his birthday.
It's not Thomas's birthday.
Oh, someone's trolling me then. Okay,
yeah, somebody's trolling.
Forget about that.
Somebody's trolling.
But still though, Okami, better luck next time. This Thursday, guys, make sure you tune in, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have the last set of games. Well, we have the last game before we go to LAN. And that's it for all of USN.
Yeah.
Bittersweet feeling, man. This is the overview right now. Take a look at the teams that qualify.
7 Pro League teams.
Yeah. But you know what? The 8th is not going to be a Pro League team.
No, it's not.
You know, even though we just joked about that, the fact of the matter is most of these teams, DarkZero, Rogue, Space Station, Evil Geniuses, Luminosity,
struggled.
They struggled.
Especially DarkZero, man. They had a rough time.
I feel like DarkZero and Rogue had it the worst out of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
But mostly DarkZero.
I mean, the fun of this is going to be you're going to get the Pro League experience on LAN in best-of-3 format. What could possibly be better for a North American fan? And for that, you guys entered one of your Venmo clips. You guys are now in for the grand prize. You can't put in for this anymore. I'm sorry for the folks at home that think that they have a clip that could possibly win this, but the winners have already been chosen. You guys will find those out on Friday. I'm actually the one who got to choose them.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, these clips, extremely impressive.
I hope so.
And the beauty of it all is the grand prize winner gets plane tickets, hotel,
I know who it is,
and tickets, all covered to go to the USN Finals, and also gets to play with Team USA. So whoever wins the tournament, they get to play with them. So
and I'm really happy you picked that clip first, because I think that was the best clip of all, too.
Oh, I
was going to choose that clip.
Oh, I mean,
just wait on it.
I mean, you can't not. Like, I give this kid so much crap.
Yeah.
I love him.
No,
to death,
don't tease
but
it.
like,
Don't tease
but
it.
like, I'm telling you, like, people are gonna be like, oh, well, Stokes knows the guy. I'm telling you right now, that kid will steal your elo.
It was
100%.
a ridiculous clip.
It's a ridiculous clip.
Yeah.
It is insane.
Oh, by the way, if you guys want more insight about what's been happening this entire length for USN since, I believe, late April until now, make sure you watch the recap show. We did it on Monday. It was very informative. And we
Please
actually
watch that.
We changed up the format about how we talked about the matches. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. We're trying to push for next year to try and get it lengthened to where you guys have kind of like a USN podcast or something like that where we can talk a little bit more
Really
in depth
informative.
about stuff.
Really fun.
Because we like to be in depth. This is something like inside of casting that we don't really get to do. Because, again, you kind of have to just skim over things, and people are like, oh, you didn't talk about this. And it's like, well, I can't spend, 30 minutes breaking down every single round.
Right.
We got to, keep the ball going. But,
this is it.
yeah, this is it.
One more game.
This is it for the Western Bracket, boys. We only got East left. That is it, ladies and gents. So, my name is Stokes. This has been Veli. We love you guys so much. We will both be seeing you once again on Thursday. You guys have a good rest of your night.
Bye.